your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell at before you blow up a plane.
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what good thing to say? I dabbled in stand-up or something. I haven't been disrespectful to you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt. I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean. What's up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages? Welcome to Whatever Wednesday on a Thursday, because we're trying to keep y'all on your toes. I am your co-host, Chrissie Mayr. To my right or left here is Mr. Fealty.
Hello.
Ghostly Fealty on Twitter. Follow us both. Yeah, we decided to do this on a Wednesday just to make sure you guys are paying attention. And my God, so much has happened since our last show. Myself, Keanu, and Lila all went to LA. We tried and failed at getting on the Whatever podcast. I had many friends. I had many mutual acquaintances of myself and Mr. Brian Atlas reaching out. But suddenly the show was overbooked. Strange considering I secured this spot on July 31st and then suddenly it was unsecured. It reminds me of a certain Fealty. Do you watch Seinfeld at all?
Yes, every now and then.
You can take a reservation, but you have to hold the reservation.
Yeah, sums up Seinfeld.
But it's okay.
I didn't like that show.
It's really, Fealty, I did not like it the first time around either. And now that Frank and I are rewatching it, it is truly growing on me. So I would say give it another shot. Give it another chance.
I have though. I actually was just watching a little bit of it the other day. It was the episode where George keeps getting nicknames at work, and he doesn't want to be called Coco and stuff like that. And I don't know. I could do like 2 episodes, and then I'm just like, all right, I can't anymore because it's just so much.
They are assholes.
Yeah.
They're not nice people. You know who is my favorite? I just watch it for Kramer. He's my absolute favorite. I think he's a physical comedy genius on that show. He's the purest.
He was one of the early canceled people, right?
Oh yeah, got on stage, shouted the N-word a bunch. He's really a hero of mine.
He was doing his thing.
He's living. He's doing what he loves.
And I was more of a Friends person, though. See, this is what happens every time. Every time.
I don't lose any respect for you, Fealty. But if we go down this path, I think that's going to be the result. Friends is the most basic bitch milquetoast beige show on the planet.
At least it has a story, okay? The characters have a journey. Whereas Seinfeld.
They don't. It's first of all, it's unrealistic from the get-go. They all, well, I guess you could say Seinfeld is also unrealistic.
Oh, there we go.
When you break down where these people live and what the amount of rent is that they should be paying. But again, all these shows happened, like a million years ago in the 90s when rent was probably affordable.
Well, Monica has a rent control apartment from her dead aunt, so
right.
And Chandler, he works on the Weenus, so he's a data analyzer. 2 of my Funko Pops are our friends' Funko Pops over here, by the way.
All of the characters on Friends are insufferable. Ross is the absolute worst. Like
more than Seinfeld?
Yes, he is worse. He's a sap. He's got no balls. Uh,
I give you Ross, but Chandler
ugh.
and Monica?
Chandler is the worst. Chandler
What?
reminds me of every first-year stand-up comic that thinks they're so fucking funny, and they're, like, making the same basic jokes every other douchebag at their day job is making. He might be worse than Ross, just because, like, there's nothing
Oh,
worse than someone trying to be funny who isn't funny. Ugh.
I think he's successful at being funny. I
No,
just,
he's arrogant, he is cocky, he is douchey.
yeah, but
He
he ends up with Monica though, one of the greatest love stories of all time.
If Monica
What
chose Chandler, she also deserves to die in a fire because that's just horrible.
they have a beautiful relationship and they're the best
God,
and
it's
they're my both of my Funko Pops.
this
I
could
think
be a
that's
whole
Chandler
show.
there
Like,
and
who
that's
is worse?
Monica.
The men are God, and Joey is, like, a little annoying, but when you compare him to Ross and Chandler, he's like a saint, you know? He's like a
Joey's
pure
cool.
Joey is like a Labradoodle. He's just big, friendly, he doesn't know where his arms and legs go. He's just excited.
And he should have ended up with Rachel. I put my foot down that Ross and Rachel sucked, but Joey and
Annoying.
Rachel would
Rachel
have been
was
great.
all haircut and no substance.
And nose job.
Yes, and nose job. Who wants to date an anxious waitress? I don't know.
Well, she got to
Not to-
work in the fashion industry
not to-
eventually.
Not to disparage the service industry.
Do we have any waitresses in the audience right now?
I was a waitress. I could only make it 3 months. I was a horrible waitress.
Yeah, I couldn't do that job. There's no way.
I
Yeah.
cried like 3 months in and I quit because I'll never forget. I was at Churchill's in Rockville Center, and this woman was ordering salmon, and she was like, "I want it cooked medium," or whatever she said. She wanted it cooked a type of way, and I was like, "I don't know. The chef really just cooks it how he cooks it. I think he just cooks it the one way." And she yelled at me, and I went around like this partial wall and like sobbed quietly, and I heard someone at the table go, "Mom, you didn't have to yell at her like that." And then the mom was like, "Some people deserve to be yelled at like that." And I was like,
Wow.
I don't know how people do this.
So don't move to Rockville Center then.
And then I quit to go be a temp for NYU, which might have been
Wow.
worse.
I spent a lot of time in the dorms there by NYU. It's good times.
Ooh, dorms, eh?
Oh yeah. Good fraternity times back in the day.
Good,
You know.
good fingering times.
Yeah, nothing untoward happened, but you know.
Excuse
How
me,
about this?
I don't
I'm
know-
gonna make you hate me more though. I
Hold
really
on, I need
liked
to address this. This coming from the woman that thought Sex and the City was based. I never said it was based. If I did, I spoke out of turn.
Samantha. Oh.
I enjoyed Samantha.
I hated that show with a passion, but I'm a dude. I'm not supposed to like that show.
It's not for you.
Yeah, who said? Was that Frost? Who was
like-
like, it's not for you.
It's not. It's like being mad at the Barbie movie if you're a dude.
But wait, I'm gonna make you hate me more though.
Oh,
One of my
no.
other favorite shows was How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. Okay. What's that? Everybody Loves Raymond. Same thing.
Oh, Everybody Loves Raymond was great too. I think that's one of the shows that was translated the most or something.
That's my Ray Romano. Ah.
That's pretty spot on though.
Ma.
I mean, it's like Seinfeld, but without friends and just a family and in a house.
They're all
know.
basic bitch shows. Even Sex in the City. Let's be
What a-
honest.
How about Full House?
Oh, but that's like the basic bitch show of our youth. You know, that's
Yeah.
a little bit of nostalgia.
Learned a lot of good lessons from it.
Mm-hmm.
Very sad. Very
Yeah,
sad.
and that was really the
Ooh,
peak
Home
of
Improvement.
that was the peak of the Olsen twins.
Yeah. Well, I had a crush on Stephanie because we were around the same age and she was hot, and then she did
Stephanie
porn.
You found Stephanie Tanner hot?
Yeah.
Don't
And
say that too
Kimmy.
quickly.
Stephanie and Kimmy.
Oh, Kimmy Gibbler. Kimmy Gibbler's the kind of girl that deserves to have her head pushed down. I mean, like when she's older, not underage or anything like that, but she's so obnoxious. It's like, all right, just suck my dick already. I don't want to hear about your babysitting stories.
Yeah, but I just want to know who's in there, who's inside. I want to connect with her. Yes, she did do prawn, Russell.
She
Hall.
did. More like Kimmy Guzzler.
Well, also,
Kim-
didn't Stephanie do it too?
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know any of them did it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Stephanie and Kimmy both did the porns. Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, where'd their careers go after that? They were really crazy rich, and no one really cared about them after that show, if you think about it, you know?
Yes.
I
Can't
think,
they
what was
just
it, DJ did okay for a little bit?
write a book and fade into the sunset?
Well, I'm sure they will about their porn careers.
Wow, Courtney has some inside scoop. Stephanie did meth while married to a cop.
Wow.
She does seem like the type to dabble in meth.
Yeah, very Hunter Biden of her.
Mm-hmm. Like, Stephanie always, to me, seemed like a sneeze away from white trash. Like, she was hanging on by a thread. I'm like, this fake family is all you got, girl.
She was a nice girl, and I had a crush on her for
Had.
a long time. Well, yeah, not anymore. I mean, like, have you seen her lately?
No.
I lucked out. You know, I had a chance with her back in the day when I had the crush on her, and I lucked out. I didn't go for it, and yeah.
Okay.
Now my life is so good and filled with relationships.
Reach out. You never know.
Wouldn't that be something? I mean, young me would really be like, "Whoa, I can't believe this is happening."
Yeah, but old you might have a chance.
Yeah,
Older you. You're not old.
Yeah, maybe in like 10 years. Oh, I'm pretty old now. I feel like I'm getting old. She's like 40 something. Yeah, so am I, Russell. I'm almost 40. I'm getting up there. You know, I'm 1 year younger than James Radiola was.
Second time around. That song is from Step by Step.
Yes. Yep. Ooh, Darlene from Roseanne. I had a crush on her, yeah, but I didn't like Roseanne. I didn't like the show.
I'll never forget the song.
If someone said they'll give me $1 million to guess what's that from, I'd be like, I have no clue.
The Roseanne theme song.
I hated that show. I couldn't stand it. That's Married with Children.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good show. Kelly Bundy, heck yeah.
My favorite.
Christina
that
Applegate.
show raised me.
Really?
Yes.
I guess, yeah, there are similarities between their family and mine, so there's... Oh, yeah, it was a good... I could watch that show. That show was okay. Golly, I'm trying to think of other shows from when we were, like, young.
My dad would come home from work, lay on the ground, put his feet on the couch, and just surround himself with beer until he fell asleep, and we'd be watching that show.
I wish my dad did that. He would come home and do, like, checks of everything in the house. Like, yes, why didn't you replenish the soap? Yeah, it'd be like the thermostat, the soap. Why? Like, my dad, on the corner of the living room table, all the magazines, like the books, like the TV guide and stuff, had to be there with the remote on top of it. If anything was moved...
He was anal.
Oh, anal. No, he loved to, like, just, like, put his thumb on, like, down on you, like, just, like, get you on something. Like, why is this like this? And it'd be like an hour. He'd be a great cart narc. That's for sure.
Yes,
like,
he would.
You must return the cart.
We're just born with a desire over others. And I guess they end up in politics.
Well, that's why, like, I just live my life. I'm just like, look, things happen. I don't care. I'm not going to make a thing out of it. Like, it's all because of my dad. Like, people could, like, put anything anywhere. I'm just like, all right.
Did you have a good relationship with your dad?
No, I didn't talk to him for many years before he passed. And then we got back to talking a while before he passed while he had ALS. So we didn't get to really resolve anything, sadly. But, you know, what can you do? I'll see him again someday. Yeah.
Hey, at least he didn't let a guy suck him off.
I mean, I never got to ask him. You never know. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, there's years there where he was doing a lot of karaoke at a lot of bars and stuff, so, you know.
Oh my God. I'm gonna
I
blow
hope
through a
not.
couple of these soups before we get into the
Yeah.
meat of the episode. My God, thank you, Viking. How generous. A pink
Wow.
boy. Hail, Chrissy. Hail, Fealty. Hey, Chrissy. I'm interested in doing a paid promotion advertisement on your channel. I emailed you and Frank about it a few weeks ago, but didn't hear back. No rush, though. I know you've been busy and traveling. Oh, I would resend it to bookchrissiemayr@gmail.com. Yeah, I don't remember seeing anything like that, so it's possible I missed it. But yeah, resend it. I'll look out. Thank you so much, Viking.
That'll be epic.
Viking. Push-ups. All in the Family was better than All. It was
I don't
okay.
remember that. What is All in the Family?
Daniel, it was that old I think it was that show where the old couple is sitting at the piano and they're like, "Those were the days."
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember that
The main
show
character
now.
was racist and delightful. Daniel Jagger, have you both heard or checked out the Dumb Money movie trailer? No, I have not. Have you, Guilty?
No, dumb movie,
That's
money
a
movie
no and
trailer.
a no. Push-ups,
Sounds like something I'd like.
what years were you hanging out at NYU? I'm a grad. He wants
Oh
to know if you
really?
maybe accidentally hooked up one night.
Anywhere between I did that. It took a second to process. No, anywhere between like 2004 and like 2007, around
Hmm.
that area. Yeah. We would go to the dorms there. It's like a block away kind of from the school, and there was some girls that, that's nothing untoward happened. Just, things that were mutual.
Okay. Okay, just checking. Ghost Crusaders. I used to have a crush on the girl from My Two Dads. She was also a sister on Step by Step. Wow, I don't remember My Two Dads.
I don't remember. I think Step by Step, isn't that the one with the twin girls? I
I
don't
think
remember.
so. I remember the song Step by Step. Ooh, baby, gonna get to. Wait, that's not that song. We'll make it better second time around. Yeah, I'll have to listen to it again. Clint Torres, howdy people. I'm sorry I'm late. I got stuck in my zipper again. Well, I'm glad you
Oh,
made it your way out of it.
golly. Hopefully
Oh,
the beans weren't above the pork.
Raceland Majere. That was a rough night for the guy who got punched. Good on you working through it. Just watch your video. Oh, thank you. Yes, for those of you that missed, there's a full recap on my YouTube of the heckler turned punch moment that Fealty actually very professionally cut together
Oh,
based on.
I could have done better.
No, stop it. You put together like 5 different people's footage and matched it up perfectly in time. Like that, it was not easy to do that.
It was tough.
Yeah.
But
Step
can I just say though, I don't understand why people are hating on Grady so much. Like, I gotta say, like, he's a dude. I don't think he's ever had a fight in his life. Probably, judging by his reactions. And what was he really doing? He was trying to protect you and the other and Lila and Keanu. Like, he was the one who stepped up. There's a freaking bouncer there. Where the heck was he? That guy should have bounced the guy out of
Yeah.
there and had that situation sorted from the get go. But like, no. There he is. He's like
Well,
hitting the
here's the
fence.
thing.
Like,
What let's say the bouncer did get on it. Like, what should the bouncer have done? Like, George Floyded the guy? Do you know what I mean? Like, what could anyone have really done? Because he wasn't going away and he wasn't gonna shut up. So it's like, what do you do?
my cousin was a bouncer for about 15 years, and the bouncers, at least in New York, the bouncers are like certified and have the rights to put hands on and
Mhm.
get into a situation. So they're the only ones that are supposed to deal with these situations. So you imagine in New York, my cousin, the stories he could tell of things he's done. That guy could have done anything he wanted to make sure that guy was not a problem, basically.
Like,
And
stuck a
he
finger
did
in his
nothing.
butt?
He could have, if he wanted to stick a finger in that butt,
That's
if it
how
just
I
so happened.
that's how I break up a fight. I heard somewhere, and maybe this isn't true, that, like, the best way if you see 2 dogs fighting, you break it up, stick a finger in the butt.
That would stop me from pretty much anything. Yeah.
I don't know where I heard that, and I've never tried it. I hope I never have to.
I think I would not be able to think about anything other than the finger that's in my butt, I mean, only one time a doctor's office, one visit did I have a finger in my butt.
One
And
time, one doctor,
Yeah.
one copay.
yeah, one copay. That's Keanu's next shirt right there. But
Oh,
like, yeah,
shit.
that was
Yeah,
something.
that sucked. I don't want to disparage the venue, but yeah, it really shouldn't have been on the fans to keep
No.
this violent heckler at bay. I really think the bouncer should have fucking
Yeah.
he should have stepped up in between the
Yeah.
guy and Grady.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, the reason why that escalated is because a bouncer didn't step in. Because the bouncer wasn't dealing with the situation. Because like you
wasn't
see like the little clips you see of where everyone's standing out there. I mean, the bouncer should be dealing with it before 12 people are standing around a situation taking video. You know, that guy should have been grabbed and moved away. And the bouncer, you can see him, he's not the smallest guy. He should have been able to handle it. But, you know, everyone's coming down on Grady, and it's like, dude, you know, when the guy who doesn't fight is the one stepping up, like, what are you going to do? He's got more balls than people who do know how to fight, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, it's unbelievable.
The heckler guy was not that big. I mean, I wasn't standing face to face with him, but yeah, it's like, what do you do? I guess the bouncer is the person who knows what to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he should have at least some experience, or else I
Do you
think he should be fired.
Do you think there's a height minimum to be a bouncer?
No. It's really got to just be, have you ever been in a fight? Like, if I was to hire a bouncer, the first thing would be like, have you ever been in a fight? Have you ever been punched? Like, that would be my two questions. Like, yeah, okay. You know, like, have you been to jail for fighting? You know? Have you ever shanked somebody who stole your peanuts out of your jail cell? Like, you know, those would be the things I'd be wondering, you know, but where was that guy? Even when, like, the cops were there, the bouncer's not the person talking with the cops. Anna's there on her phone showing them the footage.
Oh, my
you
God.
know? And you see the bouncer's, like, standing off to the side. It's like, you did not bounce.
He didn't bounce.
Yeah. You know, but yeah, so I want to throw out, because that was bothering me. I just want to get out of the way, because I'm like, I don't understand why people are coming down on Grady so much.
No,
It's
they
like,
really shouldn't. And nobody, it's so easy to watch a video and go, oh, why didn't he look at his fists? What? I would never think to look at somebody's fists unless I'm about to get fisted or something, which I have not been.
well, unless you're about to get a finger in the butt, you know?
Right, unless you're fighting and someone's coming with a finger to break it up. No,
I mean, he was giving the signs, so I mean, you got a shirtless guy in front of you going
the shirt
crazy,
coming off
like
is a huge red flag. No one's ever, you know, peaceful and taking their shirt off.
yeah, you know. So like, and two, people are right. Grady shouldn't have been hands on. There are times he's trying to like calm him, but he's doing it the lightest way. He's just gently like, come on, man. Like, let's not do this. I'm a Californian. I don't know aggression and such things.
Yeah,
like,
man, let's just be easy, bruh.
yeah, you know, you can see he's so Californian. Like, and even after that, like, nah, I'm not gonna go to the hospital. I'm just gonna go home. You know,
He drove himself home. That was so bad.
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I
Like,
gotta
yeah, I just
check
got
on that.
knocked out. My
This
head
is-
went from standing position to the ground,
You
and I'm just
ostrich.
gonna go home. You know,
Not
let me go
good.
right to sleep. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to sleep after that.
He
Like,
fractured his hand, but I want to follow up with him and see if his head is okay.
oh yeah,
Like
no,
you fall directly on your head, like you're doing
Mhm.
a ski jump. You know what I mean? Like arms back.
Yeah.
How is there zero damage to your head?
Like, he was instantly out. I like once it hit him right here, and this.
How does that knock you out? I guess I haven't been.
The jaw is the off button. So like, you ever hear of like glass
Really?
jaw? Yeah, like if you get hit here, there's a nerve in your chin. A lot of boxers will actually
I
get
had
their
no
nerve.
idea.
Yeah, well, they'll get the nerve shut off to the chin. A lot of boxers, so that they can get hit there without getting knocked out. It just like if you hit there perfectly, you know. But it also works on the side here. If you get hit here,
Oh wow.
yeah, I got hit here once, And honestly, like, I've been punched here, I've been kicked, I've been in mosh pits, everything. But getting hit here was the most painful I've ever experienced, like, out of everywhere.
Really?
So, yeah, where he got hit, that, you don't want to get hit there. Like, that was
Oof.
like a perfect, and the guy, like, the way he punched too, you can see he hits with these two knuckles, which, like, as you can see, like, my fist, the way the middle knuckle's up higher, when you
Gosh.
punch, you want to hit with these two, because the way it lines up with your wrist, you're not going to break your wrist when you punch, and he just hits him perfectly with that. It's like, that's like, oh, it was a great punch. That guy's been
Oh,
fighting.
really? Okay,
Oh, yeah.
we're giving him credit
Oh,
now?
yeah, credit where credit's due. Like, if that guy wanted again to boxing, I think he should give up the drugs and give it a try, because that was a punch right there, you know. But yeah, poor Grady though.
But here's the thing is, like, I've been talking to a couple of, like, media outlets about this story, and some of them might run it. Um, I said, this is never something the mainstream comics in the nice comedy clubs ever have to worry about, because there's bouncers, there's people standing by. But it's like
Hmm.
it's another negative aspect of kind of, not being in the mainstream. You find your own
Yeah.
venue, you book your own venue, and apparently now you have to go out of pocket and hire your own security. I didn't think I was, like, big enough for that, but clearly I don't want the fans getting knocked the fuck out. So, I guess I have to do that now, and it's like
Unless it's from your jokes, you know, that's the
right,
only way
right.
you should kill.
I want you knocked off your chair from laughter.
Yeah, no, that's, plus it's also California though. You know, like,
Right, and we were outside under a tent.
yeah. And there was no, like, it's not really closed off, like, as you see from the camera angles. I mean, it looked like you could just pretty much walk into the street from there, like,
Oh, yeah.
with the bouncer and his little bit of work he did, I don't think he would have been stopping people from just walking in,
Well,
like,
he probably was mostly stationed inside because there's a whole inside bar
oh, really?
too, so maybe that was more his domain, and he was
Hmm.
like, "The outside people are on their own."
Yeah, they should have two, three bouncers at least. In a venue like that, if you have an inside and an outside, there needs to be at least one guy on the outside, one on the inside. You can't, like, wait for the waitresses to have to call a bouncer inside to be like, oh, something bad's happening, because, like,
And the
in the
owner
video
came
you're
out
talking.
the owner
Oh,
from the venue came out, sh and I think she might have been pregnant. I'm like, "Why is she
oh,
getting
the
involved?"
blonde, the
Yeah,
blonde chick. Yeah, okay, yeah, I saw her in the video. She was trying. I mean, she was trying to talk with him. She was closer to him than the bouncer was at some
yeah.
moments in that video. Like, I really like I'm not really look, this is just words of wisdom to the venue. You gotta get a better bouncer than what that guy did. Like, that's really, for me, it's not the venue, it's that bouncer. That bouncer failed.
Yeah.
Like, that was terrible,
True, he
you
should have
know.
come right in. Like, it
Oh yeah.
I shouldn't have had to have to chat with him and have, like, that many back and forths.
Yeah, well, you were talking with a guy for a good, like, 7, 8 minutes. Like, that
Mhm.
should have been done in two. 2 minutes, bouncer comes out, hands on, moves the guy away. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
that's what he's there for.
So
Like,
to those of you asking where he came from, this bar where we did the show was in a strip mall, so it's, like, very much foot traffic, a lot of unsavory characters, a lot of parking lot spaces, very easy for anybody to just walk right up.
yeah, and that he did. Did he walk up with the shirt off?
Walked up with the shirt on,
Okay,
and
so he
then
took it off,
I
like,
guess when he
through.
started feeling overwhelmed, he took it off.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he took it off because he really wanted to buy a merch shirt from me, and he was just getting ready, making room.
Well, he wanted to weigh in on your chat with Roger Stone, right? As you said.
Yeah, I was like, let me guess, he's gonna ask for a rootin' for Putin shirt, and I'll have to tell him I don't have any right now."
Oh, he loves the Putin. He Putined
Uh,
it in his jaw. That's
oh
that's for
my
sure.
gosh. Anyway,
But
we
you
hope
survived, though. You did really good, though. I mean, I got to see the
and
full set.
I watched it back and I was like, "Man, I could have been a lot funnier," but I really was in shock, like, I was so worried for this guy's well-being
Yeah.
because it really looked like he could have fucking broken his neck or something.
Well, I
It
did
looked
see you take that deep breath. He did the walk away and did like a deep breath of like, oh my goodness, like, you know, like I can't. I would have been done. Like,
Yeah. It very much feels like how I imagine the musicians on the Titanic felt, where you're like, "Wow, this is not getting better, but this ship is going down, but what do we just go down in silence here?" You know, I had to provide some background noise.
yes, if we go by the movie, you know, the old lady looks nothing like Rose does when she's young. I'm just throwing that out there. You know, everyone gets caught up on the door. I'm caught up on the fact that the old lady looks nothing like young Rose, nor the nude Rose in the picture. You know,
Mhm.
just saying. I
Well,
think
you'd
she
have to
probably
see her
knows someone.
nude to know for sure.
Yeah, that's true. We need to see pictures of the old knit lady nude. Is she
She
still alive?
she could be a gilf, who knows? I doubt it. I bet COVID took her out.
Yeah, she was in the old age homes in New York.
I love this comment. One of the few things Chrissy says that irks me is not correctly differentiating from the floor, which is inside, and the ground, which is outside. Why can't they said my dad laid on the ground? Isn't that such a
Wow.
funny, specific little thing? I didn't realize I did that.
Yeah, I guess that's true though. Well, then what would you call the bottom part of a basement then? Is that a
That
ground or
would
is that a
be
floor?
ah. Are we talking finished or unfinished?
Unfinished,
And unfinished, that is kind of ground-like,
right?
but it's technically by this guy's definition, it's a floor.
Is it? Yeah, I mean, it is
It is on the
inside.
ground. It's
But yeah,
grounded.
it's an inside ground. You know, just throw some asphalt on it while you're at it. You know.
Push-ups, you could always have called Chris Benoit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, now you tell me. There he is,
He
Chris Benoit. No, I'm a family man. I don't like violence.
Chris
Sure.
Benoit was a great wrestler. It was so sad that guy went crazy. He was like the visceral assassin. I think they called him that. It was something
Really?
like that. Yeah, and then he assassinated his family.
Surprise, surprise. MK Solid. Most white people don't want to go to jail. This is true. Tough or not, that's the problem. It's not worth it anymore these days. Yeah, I don't think Grady was looking to be like, let me put this person in a chokehold or hit them. He was never gonna make the first move. He just was kind of be
No,
like, chill, 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 chill.
that was his only move. His only move was to try and just be like, chill, chill, chill. You
Yeah.
know, like I don't think I really wonder if he's ever been in a fight because I highly doubt it. Like, you know, I do agree with the people that were like, well, you didn't see that coming. Like, as I was watching like the different videos, I was like, oh no, this is coming. Like
Watch
it's
out.
true. Like that's all I was thinking. Like, you know, like all my muscles were tensing up because I was like, I'm watching him, and like, yeah, the fists were clenched. Is like, there's only one reason why he's doing that. He's only working up to it, you know, and he
Yeah, it
just
came
picked
from a
the
good
target.
place. He
Yeah.
didn't want this dude to like get up to the stage.
Yeah, well, he's a clear Californian. Like, let's deal with things with love and understanding.
Yeah, man, you want to have some of my weed.
Yeah.
Johnny Wary, aka Juice Cannon. One of my best friends tore out a dude's dreadlock. Oh,
Wow.
ouch.
You know how long it takes for them to grow that too?
Years. Years.
Yeah.
They have to not wash their hair out the gate for like 6 weeks.
Yes, many well-smelling oils are used on that. So
Why would you
disgusting.
intentionally make your hair look more like pubes?
I don't
That's the
think that
whole
don't look like my
It
pubes.
looks like my pubes. No, well, it's not the chin. It's getting your neck turned. Every time
Oh,
I get a
God.
wax, they play Bob Marley for me. Strange Lunatic says, Chrissy Mayr is the new Jerry Springer. Oh, I don't want to be this. Serious man. Welcome. He's a
Oh,
new member. Thank you.
what is up,
Yes,
a
a
serious
serious
man?
man was at the shows last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
good. It takes me a few times of meeting people to start like putting names to handles, names to faces.
I do respect his beard. Like guys who could grow the long beard, I have respect for. It doesn't
Mhm.
work on me. I'm better with like a well trimmed, perfectly
Yeah, a lot
coiffed,
of beard would overwhelm your face.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've tried it. In college, I didn't shave for like 6 months, and it comes out to like here ish, and just stops growing. So I was just like, all right, well, I'm not gonna be one of those cool guys.
I love that this conversation is bringing out these kinds of chats. I yanked a guy's earring out of his ear. That guy screamed like a woman. Did you like slit open his hole? Like, did you bust open his ear hole when you did that?
Yeah, like what kind of an earring was it? Was it like the cool
Ugh.
like night like aught earrings that were like
The
the bent
earplugs.
kind of horseshoe? Oh yeah, the ear.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
I
the
always wanted
bent,
one of those.
the curl, the like thick
Yeah,
curly thing.
with the two balls on it. I
Yeah.
had an eyebrow piercing back in the day.
Really? Yeah, that
Oh yeah,
doesn't. I'm not surprised.
it was so cool.
You look
It
like a guy
was
who used to have an eyebrow piercing.
that and my UFO pants. I used to have a bracelet with just like metal spikes coming off it, like Harry
Oh
King from
yeah.
Slayer.
Why don't you keep
S-
wearing that shit? It's like it goes with your current vibe.
Well, I would wear the spike bracelet, but I was dating a girl and she borrowed it and then we broke up and never returned my
Oh,
awesome spike
bitch.
bracelet. Yeah, I know, right? She
I don't know why
was.
people do that. Like when I break up with someone, I can't wait to give them all their shit back. Like I don't want to keep any personal effects. I want no memory.
Well, she didn't keep it. She threw it out,
The
Yeah.
nerve.
Well, she was a B word to say
Mhm.
the least.
A
Her and
black.
her. Oh, my friend is just gay. I swear. Uh-huh.
Oh,
He was so gay, Chrissy.
so gay. I had to double
Mm.
check.
Oh yeah, he gayed all over her. That's for sure.
Oh no.
Yeah, great times. She
Great
got my
times.
my first favorite flannel, a
Oh,
hoodie.
she didn't deserve you,
She
Fealty.
didn't. She got my Iron Maiden 1993 tour shirt. Like,
You're too good to her.
yeah.
Dark Side with Love. Hey, Chrissy, if you like Seinfeld, be sure to watch. Oh, I love Curb. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Never
Lots of
seen it.
classic funny. Oh, it's such a superior show. It is a superior show to Seinfeld
Oh, really?
because Larry David is the brains behind Seinfeld, and Curb is really just like it's that Larryness in its purest form, and it's smarter, it's more sarcastic, it's just better.
Is there like a story to it? Like, is there linear
No, it's like
stories?
not really. It's pretty random. You could pick up and watch, I think, any season on its own.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
Should.
I can't do much Seinfeld. I feel like it makes me feel antsy.
It is very Jewish. It's if you can get over the Jewiness.
I mean, I love the Jews. My best friend growing up was Jewish. I've sat Shiva. I've gone to bar and bat mitzvahs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever lit a Passover candle? Wait a second.
Yeah, that's not.
Hold on. I've gone to a Passover dinner and they make you read something if you're the youngest.
Oh, really? No, I didn't have
Mhm.
to do that. I sat Shiva. I did some of the Hanukkah stuff. But yeah, not much on the Hanukkah because that was Christmas time and we were busy. Us Catholics here. You know.
Mhm.
But yeah, my best friend growing up was Jewish. I can handle the Jews, just not that show. It's just they complain about everything, and then they're always screwing people over, and it's
Well,
like,
there are a lot
hmm,
of Jews in the show. It's their
one
culture. It's their
one could say.
culture, Fealty.
No, Jews believe in doing mitzvahs and being menches and and all of
And
that stuff.
schlepping.
Yeah, they schlep their way while they mitzvah like a mensch.
And
you
then they
know.
schwitz.
Yeah, they also every time like during the holidays when they're going around with their vans and stuff, they see me and they ask me if I want to go into the van to pray, and I just respond with like, I'm Catholic. No. And they just like, oh, okay. Oh.
I love this. As a black guy, I never understood white people who don't like Jews. Like they look just like you. How can you tell? Just like I'm sure you can tell the difference between whatever kind of black you are and like people from the Sudan or people from like triple Africa. You know what I mean? It's like
Well,
it's not.
how can you tell there's a face there? He
I did just
matches the
say
color of
triple
the
Africa.
triple Africa.
That's what I want to
Wow.
go there for my anniversary on safari. Triple Africa.
Yeah,
I
get
think
get
it's
eaten
just
by
like
a lion.
no, we love the Jews, but they definitely have standout characteristics.
Yeah,
Like
not that there's
women,
anything wrong with
not
that.
the women have great racks. They tend to not. What's the rumor is that they give great BJs or they give horrible BJs. I forget what the rumor is. Someone in
Good
the chat
anal.
will know. They're good at anal. Wow. Okay, Fealty.
Remember I dated a Hasidic Jew for a while.
I remember I was talking to Lila because her husband's family is Jewish, and I was talking to Lila. I was like, Frank's family is amazing to me. Like, I've just never known any Italians before. I was like, they'll be eating a meal of food, talking about the next meal of food. Like they're comparing the chicken parm they're currently eating to chicken parms of the past and of the future. And it's like there's just constantly a food conversation going on. I'm amazed that not everyone is 400 pounds for how much everyone talks about and is obsessed with food. And Lila's like, yeah, and with the Jews, they're like how the Italians talk about food. That's how they talk about money. They're always talking about money, always around the table talking about money. They have to know how much everyone in the family makes, what everyone's investing in, like up in all their business. And I was like, that is both so different from how I was raised.
That's 100% true though. Anytime I see my old friend, like the first question is like, "What are you doing with your life now?" A meal of food. Well, that's how Italians kind of talk. Like, welcome to our house for this meal of food that we are going to eat today. Thank God for this meal of food. We've got the chicken parm. We got the arugula over there. We got the gnocchi. We got the pasta.
We got
the pasta
gabagool.
fagioli. Pasta fagioli. You know.
Capola.
Gabagool.
Gabagool. It's fun.
I love the Italians. I love my Italian family.
The Italians are the best people. They're the superior race. They really are.
I mean, I can't disagree with it, you know, being one personally, you know, but they do argue though. It's either talking about food or arguing about something or family members. You know, like, oh, Tony's a moron.
Hey, I'm walking here.
He came over. He got the bread from Tony's bakery instead of Gino's.
My God, the talk around holidays. It's like the most important thing in the world is who's getting the fucking
the bread.
Past. Where is everything coming from? Like, what deli did this sausage come from? Like, who's getting it and when? When is it getting here?
Well, that matters, though. That matters, because let's say you get the shells from Clementi's, all right? They're going to come frozen, so you have to get that back early enough to thaw. Then you got to put it in the oven at the right time when the sauce is cooked with the meatballs in it, you know?
You're right. My dad, we'd be eating dinner, and he'd be yelling at us because we ate too much at lunch. Do you know what I mean? Like, raised in, like, a German household, like, it's constant food shaming, even at holidays. Like, if you dared take a second plate, he would stare you down and be like, you know, you're kind of fat, and I don't know what you're doing. Like, you'd go for dessert, he'd be like, oh, I don't recall you finishing your vegetables, but you seem to be getting dessert. That's weird. I was raised in a food shaming household. Oh, I'm offended by all this. I'm trying to give a compliment. I think it's adorable.
It sounds like a compliment. I'm an Italian and not offended by it.
Obsessed with food.
It's true. It's true.
It really gets fired up at the holidays.
Well, my family had an argument over the ice cubes because there literally was only 9 ice cubes left, but there were 15 people at the table. So there was a debate over what to do. Do we go by the hierarchy of the family to have their drink be cooled and chilled? Or do we split it amongst the family and cut the ice cubes? And then there's my grandma go, you can't cut an ice cube. It's going to melt faster. And then you just got to have the watered soda, you know?
Oh my God. I remember there was an Easter where my mom made ham like you do on Easter. And I went to go get some ham. My mom stopped me and said, Chrissy, the meat is for the men. And I looked around and it's just my dad, my grandfather, and my brother. There were 3 men. And it was me, my sister, my mom, my grandmother. 4 of us. I was like,
You
wow.
outvote.
I had no idea about this ham policy.
How much ham was there, though?
Apparently, not enough. My mom was notorious for never making enough food, which is why going from that to an Italian household where there's always too much food, like I was raised in not enough food. Like we would eat a meal and we'd kind of still be hungry, and I'd be like, or we'd say something to my mom. And we'd come over for lunch or something, and I'd be like, Mom, like, this isn't enough. There's 5 of us. And she'd be like, it's just a taste.
It's a taste.
Me and my sister started like saying if she opened up a restaurant, it'd be called like a taste of lunch. And it's just, like never enough to fill you up.
Yeah, just appetizers, no entrees at this place.
Because she would make food that she thought like she would eat enough of. Like she never was thinking like, how much is enough food to make sure everyone is full? She didn't really think that. And she's hated cooking. She was annoyed by the whole process.
Italians are the opposite. Italians don't cook food for everyone there to eat that food. Italians cook enough food that everyone has to go home with food.
Not only are you full, but you're going home with enough food for a week.
And that's the next argument of how are we splitting up all the food? Right.
If you turn down the Tupperware, that's kind of a no-no. You have to.
My family, you had to bring your own, to be fair.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, a meal is not complete until you're spilling it in your car on the way home.
Well, that would be argument. Like, well, he doesn't really like the ham, so we're going to give him the manigot. That's what he's going to get is the manigot. He really likes that, Oh,
my God.
Amuse bouche the meal. I like that. It's an amuse bouche. That's I love that term.
What's amuse bouche?
Oh, you didn't know it last time either. It's the amuse bouche is like when you go somewhere fancy and they have the tray of little like finger foods. It's it's to amuse your mouth. It means amuse mouth in French.
Okay.
Amuse bouche. So yeah, I like an amuse bouche. It's amusing.
Or if you go to give a blowjob and they're too small down there, then you're having an amuse bouche.
Yeah, every one of my exes got one of those.
No, don't say that about yourself. She wouldn't have taken all your personal effects if she wasn't impressed.
Yeah, sometimes I think she dated me for my things and not my thing.
My things.
She was horrible.
I hope she rots in hell.
Yeah. Well, now she's fat and in a serious relationship with a guy that he works, she doesn't work.
She's in a serious relationship with her fridge.
Yeah. Oh, she really is though. Like it is nice seeing her pictures and stuff. I'm like, because she was so hot though back. She literally looked like a hotter Amber Heard. Like
what?
I don't know how I dated her. I don't know how. Well, she wanted my things, but like she one time wore a bandana as a shirt.
Oh, wow, that's a flex.
Oh, it was a flex, I tell you that. Like she had a denim vest over it, and we met up by Marine Park in Brooklyn, and she just goes blip, and it's just a bandana, and to me, like it was just like my mind was gone. Like I didn't know how to process.
This is why you always wear bandanas now.
No. I was wearing hats back then, though. They were cool. That was back when flex fits were in. You remember flex fit hats? Loved a good, like, a skater flex fit with the fire symbol on it and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Is this the Jewish girl? No. The Jewish girl was the... we broke up just because I lost my virginity to her, and, like, I didn't live life, and I wasn't ready for, like, full-on relationshiping, you know. I just joined a
Yeah.
fraternity and stuff. Like, I was stupid. But she's happy, though. She's married now. She's got, like, 5 freaking kids.
It wasn't meant to be. Imagine how
No.
flappy that vag is after 5 kids.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't mind having 5 kids, though. I mean, I wish my journey led me to being married, happy with a family and stuff. But, you know,
You're
there's
a
still time.
man, Fields. You have tons of time.
That's what everyone says. But, you know, my biological clock is ticking like this, you
You
know?
have a biological cock because you're a man.
That is true. That is very true. But, you know, my Marissa Tomei's out there. You know, I'll meet her someday.
You know, that's an episode of Seinfeld where George actually like is engaged, but he hears that Marissa Tomei likes bald, fat, funny guys. So then he's like, oh, I have a chance. And then he goes on a date with her.
Yeah. And then doesn't she like find out about it and like, is like,
Slaps
no.
him.
Yeah, George. I'm a little Georgie sometimes. I do stupid things like, you know, turn down opportunities and stuff. That really,
you know, you're just picky. I think there's something to be said for a man that doesn't putt in every hole. You know what I mean? It's a terrible analogy.
That would have been an experience, though. Golly. You know, and who knows what that would have led to? See, that's the thing. Who knows what that would have led to? You know, what
you
if
never
like
know. Man, just onward and upward.
It could have been my wife.
You gotta manifest. You gotta think about your ideal chick, Fealty, and you gotta really focus on it. And you actually have to be. This sounds very gay. You have to go to bed every night grateful that God will put her in your path. Like you have to think about it. It's already happened. She's already in your path. God, just guide me towards her. You know what I mean? And that goes for anything you want. I know that's very gay. And like,
it is gay because I tried that once before, but about
you don't just
3
do it
years
once.
ago.
It's gotta be a daily gratitudinal practice.
It was pretty bad though. Like I thought that like God put this girl into my life. I'm outside on the front porch smoking a cigarette back in the day, and this beautiful blonde, skinny, hot chicks walking by ask me for a cigarette. We start talking. It turns out she's the neighborhood schizophrenic, and yeah, suffice it to say, yeah. Didn't work out.
Schizophrenic. I could see you being like, I could change her.
I thought that for a little bit. Like I was like, we could deal with this.
Neighborhood schizophrenic.
I invited her over to like play video games and like
definitely make a schizophrenic like housebroken. I could see you taking a wild girl and taming her.
I tried, and then I was outside smoking a cigarette as she walked by with another man and didn't even know who the heck I was. she was not the her that I knew in that moment. The other her took over in that moment because she was schizophrenic with multiple personalities. So yeah, I mean, I dodged a bullet. I should have known though. I mean, the first chat we had, like, you know, when you're talking to a person and conversation happens and you say something, they say something, you say something, they say something, I would say something, and then she would talk to herself inside her mind as like when you see someone just like standing there like
she's just conferring with her other personalities, Fealty.
Oh, apparently she was with the council of whatever her name was.
It would be rude not to consult the horde.
I did the dumbest thing though. So she's schizophrenic, and at that time I was doing a playthrough of this game called Senua's Sacrifice, and I was recording it for my channel. And in that game, the whole point of the game is that the character has to go into hell or Hades, and she has voices in her head. So I have a schizophrenic next to me watching me play a game where a girl has voices in her head. And it's like, they say schizophrenics shouldn't play this game because it could cause schizophrenic, like, situations, you know. Sounds like she was getting ready. What?
Courtney thinks she might be schizophrenic. Yeah, Lou Braharian thinks that this was a make.
A cheat, and that's her goat. No, she was, I'm pretty sure she was schizophrenic. Like, she was a little crazy. But yeah, can be hot. Yes, crazy girl. She was really hot. I've never dated an ugly girl.
Just be grateful for that.
I am. You know, there's upsides to that. I just wish it was longer periods of time.
That's what she said. Oh.
I wish that too, you know. I mean, golly, I mean, 40 minutes isn't long enough. No, I'm kidding. It's more like
40
4.
minutes is plenty long.
It's more like 4.
Meh, if it's 4 great minutes, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Wrestling says no soup for you. Next. You're through,
Well,
soup Nazi.
well, we should end the stream because we got to leave on a high note like George does.
I would love for us to do a whole whatever Wednesday and literally never bring up the whatever podcast once.
Well, we might not tonight, to be honest. You know, because the first thing we're going to go over isn't even the whatever podcast.
Good.
You
Fuck
know?
that show. No.
Yeah. No. Actually, Brian wasn't too bad on the last one because Chase was there, and Chase kind of wrangles him in a little bit. Like, he can't be the normal Brian around Chase, I noticed. Like, and Chase is awesome. Like, he's just such a genuine, down-to-earth guy, and genuinely asking people questions, not to, like, bash them and catch them on something. Like, he's a good guy. He really, honestly, whatever
he's not
podcast
sitting
should
there
have him.
from his padded throne, looking down at everyone in their uncomfortable chairs with his popcorn and his multiple drinks.
Well, don't forget his, like, $3,000 chair.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Wanted everyone to know his brand name chair.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a dick.
Yeah. But Chase is great. Long live Chase.
I forgot to keep my pinky up as I drank. All right,
I'm
should we get
I'm
into...
so thirsty these days.
I know, right? And this is huge, right? Like, and I'm
What's
already
that?
like halfway through. You know, I love this. This is my favorite cup. This is my every week cup. It's my Lake George. I won this from the light machine at the Lake George arcade. You know, the light that goes around in a circle. You got to stop it between like the 2 rail things. I can hit that jackpot like every time. I was so good at it.
Skill. We used to go to Lake George a couple years in a row for our family vacation. We would load up the Plymouth Voyager, and that's where the famous pea pot, the car pea pot, would come into play, and we'd drive down or up to Lake George.
It's a long drive, though. Like, even for me, it was like 5 hours for the family to get there.
We didn't fly anywhere. So we've never, as a family, flew
I mean, yeah.
together.
I meant drive. Did I say fly? Yeah, we fly from Brooklyn to Lake George. See, we were so rich. I mean, we didn't have a Plymouth Voyager, but my family would rent a Grand Marquis, the Mercury Grand Marquis. Yeah,
because we had an old cop car.
Yeah, it's huge. It was like the second largest
tank.
car. Yeah. My family, it was like the one splurge they would do. We'd do the 2 weeks of a vacation every year because that's all my dad could get off from work. You know, we'd do Lake George and then we'd do Acker Manor in upstate New York, and that was like the go-to spots. But yeah, we would rent that because we had an old Cutlass Sierra Oldsmobile.
Ooh, my grandma drove a Oldsmobile.
Oh, really?
I think it was a brown. It was a brown Cutlass.
Oh, we had a gray. Nice and, you know, snazzy 1980s gray.
We had like,
everyone loved
she
it.
had like gold plastic interior, like gold plastic chairs that would get really hot in the sun.
Do you remember the ashtrays that would be in like the back of the
so
car?
Cool. Oh yeah, we had one in the front. I think maybe also in the back, the silver ones.
Yeah, and it had the little door thing. You open up the door.
Yeah,
it was just like it was fun.
Yeah.
Well, because it felt cool. It had like a little bit of like
ashtrays in the door, like on the side doors. In the back, you'd have little ashtrays.
Yeah, right on the door handle.
Oh my God, that's like a core memory you just unlocked.
Well, because they were smoking everywhere. You know, you go to Burger King and you had the Burger King ashtrays. I still have them. I still have Burger King and McDonald's ashtrays in the house here. And those things were made out of like a harder tin foil. So like for it to survive, it's a collectible.
I don't know what this is. It reminds me of like a German dish. Pigs und Blanket.
Yeah, Chrissie's mom only makes the 4 pigs und blanket because she cannot make the pigs und blanket for everyone. That is all you get. Share your pigs und blanket.
The pigs und blanket is for the men.
Well, maybe the ladies on that one.
Holy
Those
shit.
things were so nasty, though.
Funnier because my dad was the German one. But
oh, really?
If one parent is German, that's enough German for both of them. It really spreads over.
She had the German in her.
Ew.
I like how that was a little bit of a slow burn, though. It was almost as if memories had to play first before the reaction. Well, it's not like your mom was a guy. I'm sure they did it very rarely.
They did it at least 5 times.
At least 5 times. Golly. Well, I met 2 of the times they did it, and they looked the same.
Yes, you think all of us look the same.
You really do, though.
It's creepy, right?
I mean, the only way you look different is because your hair is very different from theirs. You know?
Yeah, because it's better.
Yes, that's right. You know, the older siblings suck. You know, they don't get to be as cool as us younger siblings.
They're not super online like we are.
Yeah, like my brother, he tucks in his t-shirts into his jeans like a herb.
Yeah,
such a herb.
So does mine.
One of the reasons why I think I still wear the bandana instead of just shaving the head is because my brother shaved his whole head, and I can't look like him. Like he has a goatee. And that's why I don't have a goatee. You know, like I'm not gonna look like him.
My sister has a goatee, so I'm just like, nah, can't do it.
No. She really though. She's a little shorter than you though. I think.
No,
like, I didn't get to see you standing like. Yeah, I didn't get to see you standing right next to her.
You're basing this on my wedding day where I was wearing like pretty big heels, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's also harder to tell because you're busy leaned over sobbing with your father over to the side.
Yeah, we did the worst possible thing, which was right in front of the entrance to the cocktail hour. Me and my dad, everyone wants to say hi to the bride, but me and my dad are fucking sobbing looking at the pictures of like mom. Just like unattractively like people are trying to say hi. We're like
yeah. That like I'm walking towards you, and I was gonna say hi to you, you know, because that was after like the actual wedding happened. We all walked downstairs, and then you just first walked in. I was like, oh, I'm gonna say hi to Chrissy. I was already 2 drinks in. I got my first drink.
Good.
I got back online while drinking the first drink.
That's all I wanted was for everyone to drink as much as they could physically handle without going to the hospital. That's all I wanted for my wedding. Is I was like, drink this place under the table. Like, get your money's worth, people.
I disagree.
Ew. Oh, Frank, no. Gross.
You really do. Like, it's the eyes, I would say, and the nose, the mouth, the face. In the face,
a lot of parts.
Yeah, and the bodies and the heights and even the voices a little bit. A
little bit.
Yeah, the way you all talk. I mean, like I said the last time, like if there was like 20 people and then you, your brother, and your sister in that whole lineup, and people said, "Who's related here?" Guaranteed, everyone would get it right, like 100% of the time.
Yeah, I think we're different levels of like Pokemon evolution.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see it. They were like, I had a cool chat with them because I was walking to you. I see you sobbing. I'm like, that's probably not a good time to go over there. You know, like I didn't even know that was your dad with his finely coiffed hair. You know,
he's got a great head of hair. Yeah, he's in great shape. Period. Not even just for his age. You know, he kept it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be 76. Actually,
really?
on Friday, tomorrow. Shoot, no,
wow.
Saturday. Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to call him and have a cry, I'm sure.
He's with his fucking new girlfriend in Key West now, living it up, probably getting head, you know?
Yeah.
God bless.
Or giving it while she watches.
Oh, God.
No, he was a snazzy looking guy. Like, you know, very finely dressed, like, and he stands up very straight and, you know, very clean cut.
Showing Keanu when we were in LA, we were on the plane actually. I'm showing her all the wedding photos. She's like, "Your dad's really good looking."
Well, for Keanu, she's probably sitting there like, oh my.
Like, probably because he looks like an older Gino, you know?
Yeah. He does. If Gino stopped drinking for like a couple of decades, really got it together. But Gino's in good shape.
My dad drinks.
Oh, he does. Well, he's German.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the Germans could do that. They drink from boots.
It's the Pigs und Blanket.
The Pigs und Blanket! You must only have one for each person! Nobody!
Do not get late!
There is no seconds in this family's house!
Wie viel weigh you after each meal?
If you have eaten too much, you will work in the work camps. Oh no, I've gone too far.
I will put you on a train.
Yes.
Oh
gosh.
my god.
I can't do the German too long.
Yeah. I don't know how people do it for their whole life.
I know, right? They're born that way.
Their anger tolerance is much higher.
I need my diaper changed. You will change my diaper. I have done poop poop.
I have done popo. I think that's what German babies sound like.
Yes, they wake up that way.
They're just crying and howling. Like,
I have scheisert in my pants.
so much Scheiße.
Oh, goodness gracious. Now you're canceled by the Germans, Chrissy.
Now I know what my dad was like as a baby.
Yeah, you've gone back in time. They wake up with prepubescent, little tiny mustaches. What a weird choice of facial hair, though. Like, I'm gonna shave here, and everywhere else, just
I think
right
that
here.
was just Hitler. I don't think it was his posse also had to do that mustache.
Yeah, I think they were probably too afraid. Like, that was like, some people wear medals to show their place,
Your thing, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if he did it to catch the snots,
I wonder, maybe it was his flavor saver.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Golly. I can't imagine any
I
woman
can
that
smell
has
the
sex with
pigs and blankets.
I save all of my food here. I eat my snots, my Schnatzenheisen.
Oh, shit.
I do not want to eat extra food. This stops my snots from going into my mouth.
Oh my god.
Charlie Chaplin. Oh, Charlie Chaplin. That's right. Yeah, he had that. He rocked the Hitler. Was he was before Hitler though, right? I guess like 1920s ish.
Wow.
Yeah,
I should probably make a chart. Great Germans of our time.
the great tiny mustaches. Achtung. Yeah, all I think of Achtung is I think of Wolfenstein from back in the day. It was like the first person shooter that came out for like the old school game systems, and it just showed up in my mailbox one day. That was back in the day where like discs would show up in your mailbox. It was crazy. You've been eating ham.
Eating ham, I can tell.
You look like you are very healthy with food. How have you done this? Have you been eating the ham? You do not have a penis.
Have you been eating 3 meals a day?
I can't imagine that. I mean, I grew up Italian. Like, there was no, like... Well, to be fair, my dad was a stickler. When we'd go out to eat, you could only have 1 soda. That was the rule. You couldn't have more than 1.
Guess how many sodas we could have? Fucking 0. Like,
oh, really?
We had... The only soda in the house was Tab, and it definitely gave my mom cancer. So, yeah. I'm definitely off Tab now.
You were worse off than I, because we would go out every week on Saturday to a diner here in Brooklyn called the Foursome Diner, which was the greatest diner ever. And, see, this is how messed up my dad was. We knew we could only have 1 soda. So the smart thing to do would be to order the soda when the food comes out. But my dad would purposely order the soda at the start when they would take the whole order, so that the soda's sitting there in front of a child.
Getting watery.
No, well, you get it with no ice, of course. I mean, you gotta get the best deal, Like, you get the no ice, so you get the extra soda. But you sit in front of a child and tell him he can't have 2. So I would ration my soda through the whole freaking meal,
Sips.
Little sips as a child. The strength it took, I tell you. That last sip, though.
I love Courtney so much. I think we have to make Courtney a co-host one day. By the way, there is video footage of Hitler spracked out on meth at the 1936 Olympics.
No.
I can't believe there were even video cameras back then.
Oh, yeah. Well, didn't they make the first camera was like 1890?
Out of an oatmeal box.
She's in 1936 Olympics.
Wow.
No, we shouldn't watch that.
Thank you, Psycho. Yeah, you're probably right. She was a rationer. I gotta have to do a deep dive. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of wish my family was like that. I mean, when it came down to soda, that was because my dad was in charge of the going out to eats and stuff, you know, because it was not worth the fight. It really wasn't worth it. But at home, my mom was in charge of the food. So, like, yeah, we would eat fine unless she cooked, you know. She was okay at cooking some things, you know, but...
What was your favorite thing she would make?
Macaroni with regatha sauce. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you pronounce it? Isn't it ricotta?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I say ricotta weird. I can't help it. It just comes out naturally. Regatha. That's how I say. Well, because in Italian, it'd be like ricotta. You know,
Right.
so I'm hearing my grandma. Well, my grandma was an off-the-boat Italian, so the way she would say ricotta, I heard as regatha as a kid.
I'm a little
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was the one who originally made it. She would make the little star pasta. I think it's called ditalini pasta. It's little tiny stars, and she'd make that together with the regatha, you know, and butter and
Ooh.
milk and everything. Yeah, and it's a hard thing to cook because you got to get the water exactly right on it because you don't strain that pasta. So you have to get the right amount of water in there so that when it cooks up, it's going to absorb all the water, and then she'd cook in the regatha with the butter and the milk into that. Oh, it was so good. And then my mom learned how to cook it, but then my mom would make it with like other types of pastas too, and it was amazing.
My mom would wait till my dad went to bed and then would eat Haagen-Dazs in the dark.
Yeah. My
And then
dad
be
ate
like, "Don't
salads.
tell your dad about this."
Yeah, my dad decided to get very healthy, and all he would do is eat salads. But my dad also decided he wanted to be really healthy, and he would take garlic pills because he said it was good for the blood. So
Oh, yeah.
if he would sweat even the slightest bit, everything smelled like garlic. It was the worst smell you could smell. Like you'd smell him a block away. That's
Ugh.
how bad it was. Oh,
Did the garlic pills do their thing?
no, he died of ALS. You know,
Oh, right.
Dead Dad's Club, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you know, Cancer Moms Club too, yay.
Yay.
But oh gosh, my dad, we had to get walkie-talkies because my dad was so just an annoying psycho that if he knew where we needed to walk to, he would walk slow. If he didn't know where we needed to walk to, he would walk fast. Because if
What?
you knew where see, my dad was a mental psycho. If you
What was
know
his
where
birthday? What was his sign?
January
Capricorn?
17th. I have no clue. I don't go around asking.
Aquarius, maybe? No, maybe
maybe.
Capricorn. Yeah, maybe your
Might
dad
have
was a vampire hunter.
Maybe. Yeah. Honestly, if vampire hunters existed, I'm sure they're all on garlic pills. There would be no way a vampire could get anywhere close to them. Like it was atrocious. But everything he did smelled, even his salads, because he was all like, "I'm eating healthy," blah 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 blah, even though he was fat. You know, like he would eat his salads and then mock us for the food we were eating. You know, like, "Oh, Ro, you ordered another thing of Chinese food, I see." You know, "Oh, this is my salad, don't you see?" And then when he quit, like, because my family used to smoke in the house, like, all the time, and then he went to one of those hypnosis things to stop smoking. So he would purposely, like, "Ro, you have to go out to smoke. You're gonna get us all killed," and this and that, and, like, he would just, bringing back bad memories. Then they would get into arguments all the time. But he was just insufferable. But like literally, he would walk ahead of you on purpose so that you'd have to stop him and tell him where to go. And then he would like use that purposely to say, "Well, you should have told me where we were going." It's like, "Well, you should have walked behind us if you don't know where we're going." You know?
Oh my
And then
God.
when he did know,
funny.
he'd be like, "Well, you should walk slow enough for me to tell you where we need to go." It's like, well, this is the one time you should be walking ahead of us then. Like, So we had to get walkie-talkies because he would purposely walk so fast that he would just like in Lake George, you know how many people are in Lake George and stuff, and you walking down those blocks, you got all the stores and stuff. Maybe you want to stop at a store. Remember the store that used to sell the rubber band guns and stuff? Like, they had all these cool knick-knack stores over there, and you'd want to stop. And there he is already a block and a half away. So we had it was a rule, we had to have walkie-talkies on us.
Wow.
We were the family in Lake George with frickin' walkie-talkies talking to each other in 1994, you know?
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, it's so cute when you're on the walkie-talkie like, Dad, we've lost you, Dad. Where are you, Father? Father, we're lost. We're like, and then it never worked. Never worked. Families are the blessings and banes of our lives.
It's true. Like, I didn't even get into appetizer culture until I started dating Frank. Like, the idea of going to a restaurant and ordering an appetizer would basically get you kicked out of the family, because like going to a restaurant was a financial ordeal. And like that, if you ordered an appetizer, you would be like, I actually never had the balls to order an appetizer until I got a job and started like making my own money. But it was seen as the most gluttonous, luxurious, extra thing you could possibly do. It's like you order your meal, you move on. You know what I mean?
We didn't really do appetizers either. I could understand that. Like, you know, you get your meal. I mean, we went to a diner. I get the chicken parm with the spaghetti. It would come with either a soup or a salad. I get the chicken noodle soup, you know.
You don't really order apps at a diner.
Yeah, well, I mean, it technically comes with apps. You're getting the soup, right? It comes together with a thing, you know. So I guess we
Italians and your fucking soup. Now I'm into soup.
It's an aperitif.
Yeah.
You know, it gets the
But
stomach
the thing is,
ready.
then I fill up on the soup, and then I have to take my meal home.
See, that's because you're used to only one pig in a blanket. You know?
Uns pink, uns blankets.
I don't think I could ever eat pigs in a blanket again. Got disowned over potato skins. Who is our daughter?
Who ordered this? Who is the fat fuck who ordered this? Holy shit. Oh, I really miss my mom. Wow.
Well, now you gotta get pigs in blankets.
She is the easiest person to make laugh. Talk about an easy audience. Oh my God. She was always laughing at everything I said. And my sister too laughed at everything I said. So,
well, unless you said you wanted more food, I guess.
Right. And she'd be like, what is this? You think this is a fucking Ritz-Carlton? Help a snack.
Golly. She sounds awesome, though.
Go get a handful of goldfish.
I really wonder what the situation would have been like of her eating with Frank's family, though.
Oh my God.
Like, mind-blowing.
So much food.
What would she have said, though, when Frank's family gives her leftovers to take home in some Tupperware?
Thrilled. She'd be so thrilled. Yeah.
Would she ration it, though? Like, all right, I'm going to eat this piece on Tuesday.
She would take the leftovers and serve them for dinner the next 3 nights.
That's great.
See, pig on sip blanket.
That's who said the pig in the blanket
I
earlier?
know. Somebody in the chat, some genius.
That's why the chat's great. I mean, even with the Munty night, like the chat was like, "Oh,
dude, you invented muntiness. Like you came up with the munt."
I said the word, you turned it into something.
We all turned it into something. 2 hours of something.
That was great too. I want to edit that down. I have a list of things. I don't know. Like, I'd have to do a lot of jump cuts. That's what I'm picturing. You know, I don't.
Just me grabbing the area like 5 times over.
Do I look munty as you're sitting on the chair? Oh, it was so great.
I'm wearing munty shorts right now, so I'm not even gonna get up.
Well, and then I see the thing of you and Anthony Cumia, where you with the underwear.
Oh my God! I thought I was wearing the cutest because it matched my bra. They were like briefs, like cheeky briefs that are like they're bigger than I normally wear, but they were fitted and cute. And I was trying to pull them up, and I just kept pulling them up and up, and it was like never-ending material. It was like when a magician pulls a never-ending scarf
Oh
out of
yeah.
his ear. It was like that, but with my underwear. And everyone's like, "Oh God, put it away! Stop! Please stop!"
I mean, when Anthony sees it the first time, he's like, "Oh my God." And then it like really hits him. And a second time, he's like, "Oh my God." It didn't register the first time to him. He couldn't picture like you wearing something so shocking like to him. Like,
Because Anthony's girlfriend is so hot and probably like wears nothing but thongs all the time. He's probably just like couldn't identify what he probably thought it was a diaper at first. He probably like it didn't register to him as underwear at first.
I loved it, but like, oh, like everything about it was funny. Like I found it because I was looking through everything with James Raniola, the greatest
Aw.
man ever. But like
Yeah.
when I saw that, I was standing right here crying, like because your reaction is like, what? As you're holding it, I was like, what? I thought it looked cute, like it looks cute, and you're trying to like, you know, like it's got a nice like it's like two colors, even though both the colors are gray, like
Yeah.
there isn't a second color, you know.
Gray and then a different shinier gray.
Yeah.
It's like nothing that it looked bad and it didn't come across gray. It came across white and big on camera.
Well, I was starting to think like, because as like you're explaining it as if it's like colorful though, and I'm like, is it because it's like blurred out because of the green screen? Maybe they're green.
Just a very light gray that registered as white.
Oh, that was, when people finally see that, we're sorry for the spoilers.
Right. No, we can't spoil it because it's a visual joke. It's a sight gag.
Oh, that's true. No, yeah, there's no. I've watched that probably 4 or 5 times already. Like, that is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Like, I literally, like, I had to sit down over there. Like, I was laughing so hard, and I was still recovering from the coof. So, like, I couldn't handle laughing. So I'm laughing, coughing, dying, wheezing, still laughing, not stopping myself from watching it to stop it. Like, I was just like, oh my goodness.
Came across as a dingy white. I want that playing on a loop at my funeral. I want like the funniest moments. Somebody hire an editor to put that all together.
I hope it won't be me. I don't think I would edit that one. I'm not gonna lie. I would be crying a little bit too much.
Crying while editing.
No, I would. I wouldn't be able to function on that. I would actually
Aw.
legitimately be distraught.
Oh.
So that's one I couldn't edit. Even James was tough. That was tough to put
I
together.
still don't believe it, even though I saw his body. I just cannot believe. Like I'm watching these clips and I'm like, I fucking just saw this guy. Like he was so young. He was so funny. He was crushing it. And but I
Even
guess
though he didn't have a couch.
this was my first like kind of sudden death, I guess, of someone I've known.
Well, technically, the second Crip. It was like a
Crip
back to
Daddy.
back.
Well, Crip Daddy, living on borrowed time. Like
Yeah. Yeah, James was like a normal guy that like who could foresee like something like that coming, you know.
Yeah.
And the nicest though, like I mean, I got to meet him like 5 times, I think, 4 or 5 times.
So cool.
You know, like literally would show up with drinks and just offering them out. You know, even to people who show up to a show saying,
God.
"Where's the drinks?" You know,
This is so sad too. We just found out that James Raniolo's mother passed away like
Wow.
just the other night. Like so sad. Like how do you even get through that?
did he had? Was there any other siblings?
Yeah, there was a brother, there was a sister, and a
Okay.
dad still.
That's rough.
Ugh. All right.
That's-
Not to let's perk it up. OPC
Yeah.
on Courtney for co-host.
Courtney,
That
do you want to hop on?
That would be exciting. Jim Marshall. Hey Chrissy, what's German for toilet? Das Puppenfarten. Thank you, Jim.
Only the one pigs and blanket. Pigs und blanket.
One poop und one toilet.
I was actually learning a little bit of German in 2020, actually. When I was doing my weight loss thing, I kept posting on Instagram every day. Like I was doing like a selfie every day and then talking about like the weight loss journey. And there's a girl from Germany that found my account, and we used to do voice messages back and forth to each other. You know,
Oh
and she
my
was teaching.
God.
Holy shit!
This is Norwegian dollars. I don't know what it translates to. This is krona bucks. It's Norwegian kroner, which is the money of the land of my people. Wasn't your mother Norwegian? Yes, she was, Christoph. Pre-oil boom, Norway was poor as fuck. Norwegian boomers are the Jews of Scandinavia. Dude, this is the most spot on fucking thing I have ever heard. What? 2 slices of cheese? Do you think? Dude, thank you for bringing so much clarity, because my grandmother is, I think, off the boat Norwegian. And my mom was born in this country, and God, yeah, so my grandma's obviously more Norwegian, and my mother learned all of her like cooking and food culture stuff from grandma, and my grandma was also like so small, just like she would just eat candy. She wouldn't really make like big meals of food ever. And they were the Jews of Scandinavia. Damn, that makes so much sense. So probably my grandmother's parents, super Norwegian, right? So my grandma was part of the greatest generation. Yeah. I gotta do the math on when that lines up. Wow. This was exactly the mentality in my house. And my dad was kind of poor too. And because, as some of you might know, my dad's dad was in a cult. He was in the Mooney cult and would give away a lot of the family's money to this cult, and then ultimately divorced Oma, which people weren't really getting divorced very much at that time, and participated in a mass wedding, married a random Asian lady in a church with like hundreds of other people.
Wow.
And so after that happened, my dad was like, fuck religion forever. Understandably, it like broke up his family. So I was kind of raised with 2 sort of parents that were not really into like food culture, you know?
Wow. Now you know, this is why you've lucked out with an Italian family.
Yeah, I just have to not gain 100 pounds.
Well, yeah, we do eat a lot of the breads.
It's amazing. I've never been at a place where people care if you're full or not. Like where people are like, did you eat enough? I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah. Well, my friends used to love going to my grandma's house because the second they walk in, like, oh, you hungry? I'm going to make you a meatball. You're going to have a meatball. And, like, I tell my friends, don't say no.
She's constantly handing me chicken cutlets.
Oh, yeah. Good. And they're good, too, I'm sure.
Best. Oh, they're so good. I'll eat them boiling hot. Like, just burning my throat on the way down. I won't even wait for it to cool off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've burned my hands on the sauce pot so many times dipping bread into the whole sauce pot. And like, see, the danger of the sauce pot is you got to do it quick with the bread because sauce bubbles. And when it bubbles, it's like a lava explosion. So if you keep your hand there too long, you're going to get hit with one of the explosions. It's dangerous.
Wow.
But worth it, though. And another thing Italians do, anytime an older Italian cooks, like, well, I messed up. I didn't cook it long enough. I didn't have enough garlic in there. I like to, brown the onions
they beat
first.
Themselves up when it's like the most delicious thing you've ever had.
Yeah. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, give me more, please. There's no wonder why I ended up being 300 pounds.
Oh.
Because I know how to cook all these things. I learned it. I was like, this is an important thing to do. I'm going to learn how to cook this stuff. I paid attention so I could do it myself someday. Well, plus,
that's why when I met Frank, Frank's like,
12.
You cook? I was like, yeah, I can make scrambled eggs. That's what my mom cooked. And he was like, oh no.
Well, does Frank cook?
Yes, he cooks really well. He's a genius. He just will watch a YouTube video and then make the thing.
Wow.
So
he's not learning from the family then? He's not getting the passed down knowledge?
I think it's probably my job to get the passed down recipes, like the woman shit. I have to get on that.
No, you should.
So that I can start handing chicken cutlets to people at all hours of the day.
Well, no, you have to do it like your mom. You have to cut off a sliver of it, though. Like, each person just gets a sliver, I have weighed the chicken cutlets. You will get 1 ounce per person.
I'll just hand out pigs and blankets. I'll have a German day.
Oh, you definitely have to, like, do... Gotta bring pigs in a blanket to like wet spot from now on. Like,
It's the food of my people.
give only one to Spiridon each week. Like you can only have one.
I know you are Jewish. Don't lie to me. He's like, I'm Greek. I swear. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, he'll show up with a Bible even. I'm like, still.
He gave me a Bible.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, nice try.
I mean, technically, though, if there ever was someone perfectly made for Melanie Mac, it would be Spiridon.
Oh,
Just-
really? He does know exactly what to say every time she's on Simpcast. Like,
Yeah.
he is like a poison dart to the neck. His super chats are like exactly up her alley, exactly like
Mhm.
her area of expertise, where it's about Tomb Raider or whatever other weird shit she's
Oh,
into.
yeah.
Like he's on top of it and he's like, pew! And she's like, oh my god. Yeah.
Well, he's like messaging, like from what like I've heard, he's messaging her because I think he was doing a playthrough of one of the Tomb Raiders, and he's like, hey,
Like
Chris,
LARPing?
no, he's playing through the game. Like he's like, hey,
Oh.
Melanie, so I got up to like the board with this part that I know like you struggled with, and like it was a really cool part in the game. I really liked it, and Jesus said, be unto thee, Lara Croft, Yeah.
Like he'll mix in all of her interests in one in one message. Anyway, I'm just eating a lovely steak and reading the Bible, and I just was thinking I had to pass this level of Lara Croft, and I thought of you.
And oops, I misspelled that word because there's so much butter on my fingers from the last butter I
In fact, I'm typing this with a stick of butter right now,
ate.
jamming it into my keyboard.
I mean, I can't blame him though. I met Melanie and she is wonderful. I mean, but I didn't go into it thinking I have a chance with her. I just had a fun chat with her. Did Tomb Raider come up? Sure, but Tomb Raider means a lot to me. It's actually a very big part of my life from back in the day. Gosh,
More like
it was
Moon
very
Raid.
Now, would I date Melanie Mac? Yeah, in an instant though. God,
Long distance from Texas, really?
I would move to Texas for her. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Absolutely. But
I love
yeah.
that.
Yeah, she's awesome. I mean, she's kind, funny. Like, she's kind of
Hot.
seems like a little bit of a nervous person. Yeah, she's hot. Yeah.
A little
there's
anxiety
that.
is good for the soul,
Yeah.
though. You don't ever get too confident. You gotta stay. Anxiety keeps you humble.
Yeah. Well, it's more so of like the nervous of just like you could tell, like, she's willing to be in situations where she's not really been in often or much in her life, and she's open to it. And that shows courage. So it's like nervous, but a courageous nervousness, and she's got grit to her. Like, but
Yeah.
she's girly. Like, she's got grit to her, but not in a way of like, I will never need a man. Ha!
Right.
It's like she's still women girly, Leanne
Right.
is no longer Fealty's leading lady.
Oh,
No, I'll
wow.
always love Leanne.
Proud.
Leanne is wonderful, But, I mean, Leanne's very awesome. I don't think I have a chance with either of them. Like, when I say I like a girl, it's like...
Now with that attitude,
Yeah, I'm sure. But, like, it's a recognition of, like, what I see in that girl as per why they're awesome, And, like, if that would turn into, like, a date or something, yeah, heck yeah. But, like, I don't go into these situations like, yeah, I'm going to get with whatever girl I like. I don't, Plus, at the same time, I mean, Leanne, like, she could get, like, millionaires. Like, hey, you want to
No,
date
but
the
she
guy
doesn't
who's,
want
like,
that.
poor?
she doesn't want that. She's like, I don't fucking know, man. I don't want to date a guy with a big ego. I don't fucking need that shit. Like, don't come at me with your nice car and your big wallet. Like, I don't fucking care, man. That's my Leanne.
Like, whatever, like,
Whatever. Like, I'm just fucking easy.
Like, in this world right now, I mean, do you even know what's happening down the block? I'm like, whatever. Man, it's awesome. I mean, I spent at a content house. I spent the most time, I think, with her.
Next content house, I'm making you 2 roommates. There.
She was my roommate neighbor. She was in the room next door. We shared a bathroom.
Oh, right. Oh, that's really the first base.
Is it?
Sharing a sink with a woman. That's really like base 0.
I shared a shower with her and Lila. You know, like
Yes, aren't
literally.
you glad I drilled those holes?
I don't. They didn't even know I was sharing the bathroom with them because I didn't leave my stuff in there. I felt like it would be uncouth to leave like
Wow.
manly things in there, even though the bathroom was like, here's a blow dryer, here's makeup, here's this, here's that. Like I'm in the shower. There really wasn't much room for
Also,
like
there were
my stuff.
Minnie Mouse like decals in the bathroom.
Was it in the bathroom? It was in their room.
Maybe that
Yeah.
was their bedroom.
Yeah, their bedroom was very Minnie Mouse-esque. It was very interesting. I mean, I didn't go in. We talked from outside, though.
It was kind of like the kids' room, and I remember Lila kind of
Yeah.
got there first, and I was like, I just looked at her, then looked at the kids' room, and then looked at her again, and she was like, "Okay, I'll stay in here." I was like,
Yeah,
"Thanks."
that was the kids' wing for sure. Because the room we did the couch in was like, you know, you had all the game stuff and everything. So that definitely was like the kids' wing of that house for sure.
Yeah,
That place was wild, though.
yeah. I
still
want to
so
go
thankful.
back there one day.
Thank you so much for
God,
inviting
of
me out.
course, you made it fucking happen.
You need to work. I have confidence. I mean,
I like this from Viking. You act like MGA, and you'll pull any chick you want. Just act like MGA. Oh my god.
You know, funny thing is, me and Keanu were talking because after she said the comment of disliking all guys that wear shorts below their knees,
Oh right.
like I showed when I showed up, I'm like I walked in with my shorts pulled up above my knees because like I want Keanu to judge me,
Excuse me.
you know. But like we were talking, and then I was like, I guess you're gonna start calling me Capri Fealty from now on or something. You know, and then she was like, I was like maybe call me at least manly Capri Fealty, and then she was like, yeah, I'll call you MCF, and I was like, that's even worse. Then I'm like Michael Gavin Ali with an acronym for a name. I was like,
Oh my
please
God.
no, I don't want to be anything like that, man. If I ever turn into a Michael Gavin Ali type, golly, all is lost. Yeah.
His real name is Michael Gavin Lee. We just insisted that he
Oh.
rebrand.
Is he Asian?
Yes. That was
Really?
the biggest upset I think of this year was the groundbreaking news of his Asianness. He's partially Asian.
I guess I can kind of see it in the eyes and
I always
the
just thought that
stiffness.
came from his kind of,
Yeah.
situation.
His
His
star
well,
power.
he's touched with something.
Yeah.
He's got a little special something.
You will get only very few capabilities with your mind. That's
You will not go to art school. He's half Asian, half Jewish, right? Which is like,
wow.
really, there's no excuse not to be successful when you're half Asian, half Jewish.
Golly, what a mix, though. I wonder how that happened. You know, like who was the Asian, who was the Jew?
The Jew is the Asian is his dad.
Really? Now that's even more surprising.
You know, I want to see what his parents look like.
Yeah. I wonder what they do for livings. You know?
The dad has money.
Oh,
so
sure. He's Asian.
And he kind of like helps him along a little bit.
And that's why his mom gravitated towards him.
But I think
he's such a mensch.
turn back time, if she knew that she was going to birth Michael Gavin Ali, would she do it all over again?
I wonder if they've ever looked in his closet.
Yes, it's a porn closet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go in there. That's just winter coats.
Yeah. It'll keep you warm.
OBC done. Wouldn't Courtney fit nicely between you two? Maybe.
Yeah, Courtney, you
Let
want to come
Courtney
on?
on to give Fealty dating advice. We should probably get to the meat of the episode.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I guess let's get into it. Golly.
I mean, I'm all for Courtney. I'm pro Courtney.
Yeah. I'll send you a link right now. Copy. I just got to open up my Twitter while I still have it. I can't believe I'm not banned right now. Can you believe that? I mean, re-uploading my banned video and then retweeting it like every day.
Well, because Ella Irwin isn't in charge anymore.
Isn't that something how that works out that way, Chrissy? it's almost like someone had direct contact with the head of trust and safety,
It is almost like that. Yes.
and then banning people and not even saying what rule you broke. And then when denying your appeal, in the appeal, still not saying what rule you broke, but saying, we have found that you have broken a rule. It's amazing how that stuff works out,
Yeah.
But that was a great edit, though. Like, after watching it again, I was like, man, I think that might have been the best edit I've ever done.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, very proud of it. Okay, let me look up get the timestamps here. I was enjoying that chat. That was a fun chat. It's nice chatting with you.
A good chat. You know what? That could just be the whole episode.
Yeah, let's end on the high note. There we go, everybody. We're going to George Costanza out of here and Festivus for the rest of us. I didn't like that show. I've watched a lot of it, though. Okay, so we're going to be starting off this week with a little change up. I hope everybody doesn't mind. But, oh my goodness.
No, but it is related because it concerns our good friend Chrissie St. Regis.
It is, but I don't think we could do it, Chrissy, though. I think you're going to have to leave because if we're getting into the meat of the episode...
Oh, my God.
Yes, okay, everyone. We are going to get into the episode now because the woman has left the... I love that it's a peace sign from Frost anytime your camera goes off.
I can't even change it. What else could I make this at this point? I'm forever frostbitten.
What is mine? Yeah, I have nothing.
Oh, God. Oh, wow. Yours NPC signal.
Oh, my camera will never be off. Golly. My internet is too good. And my computer is too strong like a bull. What am I doing? Okay, I'm trying to present. Here we go.
This has got to be the world's most uncomfortable chair.
Is it? I don't know. Have you ever been on the Whatever podcast? Oh.
No, I tried to be.
I still can't believe they didn't have you on. You know what? That episode...
I'm a threat to their existence. Sorry, I'm going to fix my shorts. I have to go over here.
She's got a demunt. She's demunting right now.
I have a wedgie that's so wedgie that it's now a front G, and it's like...
It's a funt. It's a funt on all of us.
I have a bunt and a funt happening. A bunt. Oh my God, I just have to stretch a little. Sorry. Ugh.
Yeah. That kind of looks like my recliner that we have here, but mine's not like a leathery. It's like a suede, I guess. I don't know. It's like the couch behind me.
Sit on the very tippy edge of it.
What does it like go back?
Oh, if I leaned back in this chair, I'd be 10 feet away.
Yeah, that's like my couch. This couch, the thing that sucks about it is the reason why I have a little blanket on the top of it. You can barely see it because I keep it nice and dark. But I put a blanket on top of it because all three of these sections are separated by wood. So, like, it's so old that you just sink into it. So, like, if I sit down...
Yeah, like, if I did this, I'd be like... I can't do a show from back here.
You could do the whole show. That's the Munt chair right there.
Munt chair.
I mean, it does look like a good lounge chair.
The Munt is born in this chair. Yeah, if I lean back, it's like only unflattering conditions ensue.
Oh, for a second, I saw a third, I saw, the rumble thing in the bottom there, and I was like, did Courtney actually hop on? Like, I did a double check, and I was like, that's not a person, though, But she does have the link. 3 hearts.
At first, I thought he meant, like, material like jokes.
Yeah. Well, I have been working hard on the jokes. Then, I can't wait for people to see that video, though. I can't. That's gonna be so. People are gonna laugh so hard. Oh, Courtney said, "Give me like 10 minutes." All right, we'll vamp
she probably
then.
Had
Courtney.
No makeup on. She's probably throwing makeup on because nobody watches the show with makeup on.
Well,
I don't have any on. I have no makeup on. I'm a little bit like munty in the face right now, but I just was like tired. So,
well,
so I'm doing the wide view.
I think I've seen Keanu putting makeup on the majority of the time she's come on like Simcast and stuff.
Oh, right. That's
Yeah.
true.
She's usually doing this. Even on her own show, she'll do makeup. Like,
I like
you
that.
know?
It's like watching Mr. Rogers put on his sweater and sneakers.
You all need to sing the song while you're doing it. Like, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And then you gotta transition to the creepiest dolls on frickin' Earth in the kingdom that they would always go to. What the heck was that about? That's like an LSD nightmare. Like, who thought that was like kids?
What was her name? Lady Valentine or something?
Yeah.
Dolls from Mr. Rogers. Lady Aberlin.
Oh, I thought it was Abernair. Oh, Aberlin.
Oh, let's see.
They were terrifying. Haunted my dreams. So much stuff was terrifying back then. Lamb Chop was terrifying.
Oh, it's lamb chops. Sing along where people come to. Lady Elaine Fairchild.
Oh, wasn't she was more like the right? Like she was like the queen.
Ugh, she just always looked dirty. I have to show really quick.
They looked like scarier than the aliens from Mexico.
This is nightmare fuel,
right? And the way they would move with their like, you know, because it's like one hand in there. You know, like it didn't really have much motion.
No, they were not trying to be realistic.
Oh my goodness, there was a person named McFeely.
Wipe her damn face off. Like, what the fuck?
Or make a better looking face. Like, who was hired to make that? Like,
why? This looks like a first draft face right here.
This looks like the person who made that was either on coke or something. You know?
Hair. I know how that hair feels. It's like my grandma had a lot of old dolls that just had dirty, stiff hair, and I know that that's how that hair feels.
Oh yeah, and that's probably real hair too. That's
Ew.
That doll is like put in with the soul of old children or something that it's eaten.
It's actually a voodoo doll.
Yeah. That the dolls on that show scared me more than Chucky did.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. What a crazy show. We had dolls like that would talk, but their faces wouldn't move at all, and they would just have to do this while their hands would be like this. We had Lamb Chop. We had Gumby. What the heck was freaking Gumby? That thing was terrifying.
There was also like a bear puppet that was very worked over looking.
It was a weird show. I don't even remember why they would go to that kingdom again.
Daniel, the striped tiger puppet. Yeah, again, this puppet was so worked over looking. Like me and my sister, I remember we had mutsies that looked like this. Like, you ever have a mutsie? Look at dirty and disgusting. Somebody throw that thing in the dishwasher. Something. Throw it in a pillowcase. Wash the damn thing.
Its eyes just tell you it's seen some stuff.
The eyes really tell a story. There's like 2 whiskers left.
Yeah.
I just never realized how filthy these things were.
Like that doll has 1,000-yard stare. Like it came back from Vietnam. That was the doll that went through Vietnam.
He's smoking a cigarette. Like, I can't tell you how many hands have been inside me. Oh boy.
He used to have magic legs until Nam, and then he had to take jobs as a doll because that's all he could do.
Yes, 100-yard stare bear.
Even the Care Bears were friggin' kind of terrifying.
It smells wet. That's funny. Humble bear. Yeah, like this is how me and my sister's mutsies looked. Like we would just snuggle them to death and the hair would come out. Like they would just look ratty as fuck.
I mean, I still have my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Raphael doll from when I was a kid, and Munty.
Those puppets were munted.
Yeah. Who knows what was happening behind the scenes, There needs to be a Me Too for those dolls. They've seen some stuff,
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I mean, even like, what was it, Shining Time Station? That was a little bit freaky to have trains have faces and talk. Like, everything was scary back then.
I'm going to show, here's a Here's a picture of him with all the puppets.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, there was Lady Fairchild, Daniel the tiger. There was an owl. I remember the king and the queen.
Yeah.
I don't
The
remember that
king
little.
looks normal. That's like,
Yeah,
and the queen, yeah.
the king and the queen are the only normal ones. The other ones are all kind of fucked up looking.
Yeah, well, the owl is stoned out of its mind right there.
Yeah.
That owl just smoked a bowl and is just like, yeah, I don't even know what's going on anymore, man. Like, I'm just like an owl.
I don't remember this rat in the pajamas. I don't recall that.
I think it's the same face as the other
The
doll.
munted bear.
Yeah. It's like when it was a child. I remember the trolley. The trolley was cool. Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, how is it moving by itself?
I always wanted
King,
it.
Thank you, Isabella. King Wednesday
Yeah.
and Prince Friday.
Wow. Maybe
I
we
think-
should have done this show on Friday and called it whatever Friday instead of whatever Wednesday.
Nathan's like, I've been listening for almost 2 hours and you haven't mentioned whatever podcast. See, I knew this would be the episode.
And we're still not, because the first thing we're going to talk about is Fresh and Fit. I'm sorry, people. We're hanging out, having fun.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
we're
a-
giving it. It's a Friday Night Tights start. You know.
Oh God, we're still in intros.
Hi, everybody. I'm Fealty, but
Fealty Night Tights.
Fealty Night Tights. Golly, that would be a cool show.
Monday Night Mayr.
Smayer in the morning.
Smayer. Yeah.
I like the Mayor in the
I
morning.
feel like we've misled the audience today.
Yeah, we're gonna get to stuff.
Fuck them.
No. Everyone's having fun. The chat's joining in on the stuff here.
Actually,
Nightmare.
Mr. Nightmare is the name of my hot sauce.
Yeah.
Which you can get at silkcityhotsauce.com.
I
It's a
have two of them
delicious-
in my fridge.
It's a delicious green
Yeah.
type eat it with egg sauce.
It does go with eggs. I've had it with Cheerios. It's kind of nice too.
Cheerios?
Oh yeah, plain Cheerios.
Okay,
You
that's
get-
weird.
Well, I mean, everyone thinks I'm weird for eating Cheerios without milk. You know, like
Yeah.
that was the shock of Content House.
Yeah, like I was like, gonna put them in a Ziploc bag like a child.
I would do that. That would be good. I had it in the bowl, and then I accidentally left half of the bowl up there. But since it's plain Cheerios, not in milk, guess what? It was ready to be eaten later. You know? It didn't get like crazy soggy, and the milk didn't go bad. Yeah, it was. I lived on Cheerios and the tangerines.
You
or
could have eaten real
clementines.
food. Like that's why we all went
Nah.
grocery shopping.
I was still on the diet, and I didn't want to spend the time to like prepare any foods. I did have like I had the foods that people had cooked. Like I had some of Mike's stuff, and then someone made the Spanish kind of food. I don't know what it was.
Tacos.
Was it tacos? Okay.
don't know.
I've only had like Taco Bell twice in my life, and like I've had burritos. That's like the extent.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember what. I know Keanu and Gianu made something.
Didn't Crystal make food?
I think so. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
she made the Spanish thing.
Yeah. I mean, not because she's Spanish or anything. We're not typecasting here.
But yeah, if I was a betting man.
It was good though. I think it was Keanu. That's right, because she made two versions. She made a vegetarian version for those nasty vegetarians that were there.
Oh yeah.
You know, and the non-vegetarian version. But I think Marshall and Lindsay accidentally ate the non-vegetarian version, which is
Wah,
probably
wah.
why they felt great for a while
had
and
energy
healthy.
Days, glowing skin and hair, clear eyes.
It's so true, though. A singer in my old band back in the day, she was vegetarian, and she one time ate a burger, and like she never sang as good as she did that night in her life. She had energy on stage. She wasn't looking gaunt as heck. Like she looked like there was life in her. Like I don't know how vegetarians do it. I really don't. We're omnivores.
They're all
Like,
hanging
hey.
on by a thread.
Yeah, then you look at someone like Melanie Mack, and it's like, well, yeah, or even, well, I would say Jordan Peterson, but honestly, I mean, I don't want to take a dig at the great man, but He's crying a lot, a little bit too much. You know, like, well, you know, it's a serious thing that the Canadian government is wanting to take me out of the, you know, and it's just not right, I tell you.
No,
You know,
right.
it's
Gotta
not
make
right.
your bed.
Yeah, clean your room, you know. It's a little much. And the suits he's wearing? Have you seen the suits he's wearing?
Oh yeah, he's wearing like a half jacket.
Yeah, but let me pull this up. Like
He's a fancy man. Let him be fancy.
He's he's a dainty man.
Yeah,
Let's
I wonder
see.
if him and my dad would get along.
Oh, maybe your dad'll think he's hot.
Probably.
Man, why can't I find? Did I spell my name right? I did. Ghostly. I am spelling it right. Yes. I can't believe I can't even spell my own name. All right, I don't know where the post is. I tried searching Ghostly Fealty Jordan, and it didn't pop up anything. But I posted a picture of him. He literally is wearing the colors of the Reese's Pieces candies on his suit.
Oh,
and he
brown and orange?
Yeah, brown and orange and a yellow, and he has buttons on it. That's a brown, orange buttons on the suit, like the cuff. He was literally cosplaying Reese's Pieces. You know?
I agree with ICAST. I think he is a legend. He can dress as fancy and as gay as he wants. He's made a mark on our society for the better.
Yes.
No, you don't like him? I think.
Oh no, I love Jordan Peterson and everything. As a philosopher, I love the man. You know, as a practitioner of philosophy, I should say. But I mean, those suits. It's a little jarring.
If you put on a bandana and some long shorts, you can get down with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Some long, nice capris and a bandana, and his crying would be great. You know, it would go together really well. You know, I hope he wins, though. We definitely need him. Yeah. He's a philosopher. A lot of people don't.
He is.
That's what a philosopher is. It's just people trying to talk and ask questions. That's what Socrates would say.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
Socrates.
Yes. Well, actually, in college, since I was in the philosophy department and everything, we used to do a thing called the Socratum, and it was just where two philosophers would debate a topic to no end, and it was the Socratum, and we would fight and see who would win by the judgment of the people.
Sounds good.
I never lost. It was not gay. It was so not gay, as Chandler would say. Okay.
I fucking hate Chandler.
There we go. He's my favorite. I like Chandler and Monica. God. I felt that I was a Chandler. I was a Chandler Bong.
I don't know if our friendship can recover from this knowledge.
I'm a mixture of like a Chandler, a Joey, and a Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother.
I thought you were going to say Ted Kaczynski.
No.
Or Ted Bundy.
No. I don't think I've killed anybody yet. No. But yeah, no, Ted Mosby, because he's always... See, I hope to be a Ted Mosby. He's kind of similar to me. He meets a lot of girls and then, you know, doesn't end up with them for stupid reasons. And, you know, then he meets a girl of his life and then she dies early. And he's left with two children.
Kratom also sounds like two philosophers enter and one gets cum on their head.
I didn't read that part of that.
All right, I'm reading into it. Guys, guess what? We have a very special guest who is gone. Wow. I was about to bring her in and she disappeared. All right, Courtney, come back and turn your phone horizontally, please.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, I think so. I think all you have to do is dip it down a little bit and you'll be in frame. Yeah. No, that way. Perfect. Phone horizontally. Perfect.
I like the guitar in the background.
Oh, no. We need a horizontal phone.
Sideways in the other way.
Oh, no. Okay.
There you go. Right there.
Welcome from the chat. My friend and yours, for the first time ever, first time, long time, Ms. Are you ready? I hope you're ready. Ms. Courtney Body. Oh my God. And a dog. Oh my goodness. Look at your dog. Oh, goodness.
We don't know her name. Well, she came with the name Josie, but we call her Chongus.
She looks like a Chongus. Oh.
Doesn't she? Or Meatloaf?
Oh my
Oh.
god, she's a little chunker.
Well, would it do anything for love, but it won't do that?
What kind?
Maybe.
Is this a
Meatloaf.
chihuahua? Is this just an overweight chihuahua we're looking at?
She's a Chewini. Show them your stupid
Chewini.
body, honey.
Oh my god.
It's
Does she fly through
flying.
the air? It's super dog. Oh my god, I love the little paws like that. Oh my gosh. Welcome, Courtney. My gosh, what an honor. It's like I'm shocked that we were expecting a catfish. I can't believe that you match up with the picture from the chat. This is
I needed to prove that I wasn't an AI bot. I had too many accusations of being a bot. I had to prove to the world.
No, this is great. This could be like a chat roulette situation where there's just a 60-year-old man with his dick and balls hanging out. But what a great surprise. Yes.
That is the first thing I think of anytime I see a girl online. My first thought is, that's a dude.
That's a dude.
Yeah.
It's a fair assumption.
Yeah, I mean, there could be even like 100 pictures on the profile. I'm just like, it's probably a dude. They found a profile that they could just copy everything off of. But I'm surprised. I'm very surprised.
Awesome. So let's
Who
see.
knew?
We could I don't know, Courtney, if it's possible to turn your phone horizontally.
It makes me okay. Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, da papa.
It just upside down.
Okay, you may have to adjust the setting on your phone, which you can get to by pulling it down from if you have an iPhone, right?
No.
Take your don't shit. That I can't help you.
Let's see what happens.
You
Well,
wanna
maybe
take
it's
this
locked.
button. You want to push the lock button. If it
Oh my
feels
god.
like
Are you using an Android?
green lock off, but this might be out of my pay grade for an Android.
I'm looking.
Do
Smart view. Well, when you pull down fully to get your settings from like the top of the screen, it should be in there.
First of all,
Let's see.
Are you making me do this all over
Ah,
again?
here we go. Yeah, so it's gonna say auto rotate. See?
Okay. Let's see.
Auto rotate.
Tech support. Everybody watch the tech support.
Okay. While we're
You
getting
know,
our tech
just
supported.
yeah.
Young Pei Chang. What's up, Young Pei Chang? My phone always looks horizontal no matter which way I turn it. Have a great night, guys. Thank you, Young Pei.
Yeah, but that's
You
because
took
he's
that.
Asian.
Right. I get it now. I get it now. All right, let's pull up this clip, Fealty.
Okay. Well, there's a lot to this one. All right. So we're not starting off with whatever, everybody, but there is whatever if we get to it. But so we're starting off with the Fresh and Fit podcast because our very good friend Christy St. Regis was on, like Chrissy said before, and very untoward things kind of happen. It's a build up over time, and we're gonna go through a journey. And yes, Android is greater than Apple. I saw you in the chat there, and I agree 100%. So this episode starts off where they do everything is kind of exactly the same as whatever. So it's almost like we are watching whatever. They do intros, they do everything like whatever. The skinny guy is named Fit, the other guy is named Fresh. The skinny guy is also named Mayr.
Actually their name?
Yeah. Fresh is the cool kind of chubbier guy, and Fit's the skinny guy who is, I've heard, is former FBI or CIA or something. Like,
Okay.
So yeah, but they literally, like, the skinny guy writes notes like Brian. Like, it is literally whatever podcast, just with more color.
But in the dark, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna start off with. They're going to be talking. We're not going to do the intros because it doesn't. The other girls, honestly, not to diss them, but they don't really matter in this case. Okay. So they're going to be talking age and kids and pregnancy, and this is kind of. It's not fully on Christy yet. It's going to go into Christy in a little while, but
and Christy is sitting in the back row towards the left.
Yeah. The three girls in the back row are the OnlyFans girls. The rest of the girls aren't really OnlyFans people, but yeah, they're like the judged. Let's just say. All right, so it should be around here is when they're kind of talking.
Judged or jugs?
Yeah, both. Both. I mean, all three of them do have.
Ooh, I love
lovely
this top that
siblings.
this woman is wearing. Like her boobs are in jail. I love that look.
Okay. Yeah, we're at the right spot. Just making sure. I'm not used to Rumble as much as I am the other on YouTube. 3943.
Of course, but you gotta trust. Like God gave us intuition for a reason, and that's the most powerful thing. Like He gives us discernment, and with
Did you discern
discernment,
with your two other guys? Because it didn't work out, right?
yeah, but I was in
Oh.
self-will. I was fearful of whatever, not being alone. Like there's all different types of things that go into that. And now that I'm in this life journey where I am, like healing is a process that happens all the time. It's not like you're just healed one day. Like, but if you're aware and you're like, for instance, like being sober and being like on the right path and you know what you want and you're following what God wants for your life, then you will be able to tell. If he's out on, if he's on Pornhub every night, guess what? He's probably not healed. You know what I mean?
But
if
I'm trying to tell you, how would you really know if someone's really healed? You can't really tell.
Wait, if you walk.
Yeah, so I brought this up first. I forgot to mention because she mentions, just like Christy, that she's back on the path of God and everything. So that's what they're pushing back again about, like the age and children and everything, and about how with her lifestyle of doing OnlyFans and stuff, how do you balance that with like the God and everything. So like it's a build up to what we're gonna get to at the end of this, which is
And who is Fruit Stripe over here? Did they discuss who that is?
Yeah, she's another OnlyFans person.
Okay.
She's gonna say things like the only girls that matter is Christy and big boobs in the center is what I kind of called
Camo
her,
boobs. Yeah.
Yeah, camo boobs. But honestly, she doesn't have a high body count. She's so it's like just like Christy. Like she is
So
very
it's
much
not high.
like
What is it, like 100 or something?
No. Not at all. I didn't even realize I didn't have it full screened. Golly.
Now you
I'm
do.
rusty. Yeah.
Christy
All right,
looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now Chrissy is awesome. Like absolutely awesome. Like I get to talk to her and and stuff, and she's hilarious and Trump lover,
Walk a life with somebody. Yeah, you can't if you're going to church, like that's a big thing. Like is he going
That doesn't mean
is
anything.
he praying? Is he getting on his knees
I know
and praying?
girls and guys that party on Saturday and go to church in the morning.
No, but is he making it a daily thing, like every day? Like I love reading the Bible. I read the Bible. Like, am I
do too.
actually making it like a part of my life?
Would
or
you
is
date
it
a guy
like
that doesn't
I need
pray?
to be healed.
Would you date a guy that doesn't pray?
at this point in my life? No, not at all. I'm not trying to fix nobody. I don't got time to fix nobody. Like it's time to make some baby.
Yeah,
I
she's
love
cool,
I
right?
love camo boobs out the gate.
Yeah. She's very Christy-esque. She's pushing back. She's not letting them just say stuff, and Fresh, he claims to be a man of God as well. That's why he's wearing like the crucifix and stuff. So, this is what I wanted to point out. That's why I kind of wanted to show this part of that. She's just like Christy. She could push back and her responses are concise and to the point. She's doing her thing. All right, let's get back to
So
Babies, yes.
It's not that
well,
fun.
you can't have a baby at 33. What is it?
Cadence
Come
on
on,
kids
Myra.
at 35. We're good, y'all.
Most
We're good.
Most of your eggs are gone at this point. From
Whoa.
No, they're not.
That's
They're
not
not.
true.
There's people that have babies when they're
Fresh.
even.
That's not true
40.
nowadays.
Oh, 50. You
Not
know.
with technology.
You should
No
practice
way.
Fresh.
I know a girl that just had a baby at 42
I will pray for you.
Just because you know
Deliverance.
a woman that had a child at 42
with no
does not
freezing eggs,
necessarily
with
mean-
nothing.
does
There's
not
people that have
necessarily
babies
mean-
all the time later on in life.
That's
do.
fine,
It is
but
no
that does
love.
not change the fact
My
that
mom's
from a
technology
biological
nowadays,
sense,
My eggs are
absolutely
great.
most of your eggs are gone by 33.
Listen,
Most of
I
my
mean,
eggs are
my
great.
mom
Listen.
had me and
So who does he remind you of so far with his responses to her?
Oof. Honestly, just about every other like red pilled manosphere guy. Like he is giving me the energy of like any typical like MGTOW troll in the chat that's throwing the empty egg carton emoji. You know what I mean? Like it's the most uncreative response, and it's not even medically accurate. He's dealing with old information.
Yeah. I mean, well, like you even said earlier, like I'm a dude, like I don't have to, like my thing will last long, but like, yeah, I mean, it is something for girls to worry about, but like to have that as a response to a girl who's saying like, that she's kind of following Christ and
To
trying to do
call-
the right thing.
To
Like,
call somebody empty egg carton at 33 is fucking retarded. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
if she was there 40 years old, I could understand that, but it's ridiculous.
I don't know if I could have been a girl though. I think I would have been freaking out. I don't, because I'm a dude. Like, I don't know. That would worry me if I was. I'm like, I need to find love. What a thing, though. Like, what a thing to say to a person, you know?
Because sometimes they feel the clock ticking and they go, "Oh shit, I spent my 20s having fun."
Oh goodness, Viking just said, "Thank you for the super chat, Viking." He just said he's. I'm not even gonna say it, but he's that.
He's MGTOW.
Not going to.
Not going their own way.
Yeah. That's why I am.
That is
as you can
so
see,
fucking funny.
I'm
That is
Igmao.
That's like an Anthony Cumia joke. That's really funny.
I'm an Igmao. I go my own way.
That sounds like pig Latin.
Yes, Igmao, Ukfao, one pork in a blanket. Foul.
Und Piggin.
Und pig und blanket. It's fun to do the German accent. All right, let's go back on to
My
is a
brother
fact.
at 40.
I'm not 33 yet, so I'm
Fantastic.
good.
Yeah.
Well, she messed up.
Yeah, and
You keep
yeah.
No, she didn't.
She had me at 40. She messed up.
There's a bunch of complications that arise once you pass 30, and you don't know how many times she tried prior. You don't
It's
know
actually
how
35.
Not nowadays, though. The
35
technology
is
is
a high-risk
different.
pregnancy at that point, but that does not exclude the fact that by the time you're 33, most of your eggs are absolutely gone. That's a biological fact.
No, they're not.
They definitely move
Where,
that
can
age
you
up,
show
though.
this
I've
study, please?
studied
I'd
that.
want to see the study pulled up.
We have it
I
on.
need the app. Where's the
our stats.
website?
Oh yeah, make sure.
Man. Okay.
We'll show you after. We got you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
this
let's
is
see this.
Yeah,
you don't
we'll
need
show
to,
you
like,
after.
That's like saying,
No, but it
I need to
has,
study
the
for
age
1
has
plus
gone
1
up,
is
though.
2.
They talk about that.
What?
They've definitely
all
talked
your
about
eggs
that.
are
I
gone.
even talked to my
I
doctor
never
about
said
that.
all your eggs are gone. I said a majority of your eggs are absolutely gone.
Okay.
Oh, majority
Oh.
for sure.
Now it's just a majority. He didn't win the argument. He had nothing to back up anything he said. But now it's like, oh well, yeah, it's not a majority. Yeah, because he's got nothing.
Yeah, you have to. If you're gonna say something like that, you have to cite a study. You're a dude citing this. You have to have your receipts. And
But what's the point he's
saying
making
that
anyway?
to these people.
Well, the point he's making is that they're running out of time, and the choices she's made in her life has ruined everything.
Buddy,
You still have eggs. You still have them. Just because some of them run, they're like, by the time you're 22, you have a bunch of your eggs are gone.
Guess what? Yeah, I was an old egg. My mom had me at 36. I would take, guess what? I probably prefer an old egg because those are the ones that are sticking around for the durations. You know what I mean? I don't want to fucking an egg that's going to bail on me at 22 like some disloyal. Fine, go. I don't need you. Give me a handful. You know what I mean? Like I would rather prefer my ride or die eggs than the ones that are going to just leave when the going gets tough.
Exactly. Well, you only need like 2 or 3 anyway, so whatever, man. Like, just who cares if most of them are gone?
And this rhetoric, this calling out and shaming of women does nothing because you know what? Everyone is the age they're at. You can't go back in time. So what good is it shaming these women? Oh, you made so many mistakes. You like these guys haven't made mistakes. Like these guys haven't all probably knocked somebody up. Like these guys haven't paid for abortions. Like these guys haven't stuck their dick in crazy a few times. I can't stand this shaming of women bullshit as if guys make no mistakes ever. As if we don't live in a culture that 100% supports and promotes this waiting, this being picky, this go to college, get your master's, get a PhD. You got to be able to support for yourself because it's been hammered into our heads by our boomer moms and teachers that you can't rely on a guy to support you. Oh, but then we shame women for being 30 plus, having a job, supporting themselves. Oh, you fucked up. Your eggs are gone. It's retarded.
Yeah.
It's a destruction from both sides, though. I mean, college in and of itself is a destruction of men and women. Get you in debt as much as they can, so once you're done with college, you'll take any job possible because you have to pay down crazy debt, and then by the time you're paying down that crazy debt, you're already in your 30s, probably. And by that point, you can't even financially, even if you are just, partially good with your life and everything, like you can't even start thinking about having a kid or affording it until that point. And if you do have a kid before that point, your life is racked with stress, debt, and and everything else. So then you're less likely for that relationship to work out, because two people who are stressed out of their minds, having to pay off crazy amount of debt, going through all that, so either you have the kids early or you're waiting to that point, and then by the time you get to that point, now society is going to tell you, oh, you're past the point. You're a passed over woman, as they call it in China. That's what they call it when you hit 30. You're like a passed over woman, they call it, that you're past your time, so why not make you feel worse about yourself after you've now just dealt with all this death, dealt with everything. It's a destruction of humanity. I mean, when people say that they're trying to lower the population down to 500 million people in totality,
it's like when I don't know, when someone gets injured in the military, do you shame them for serving time? Like, okay, I'm sure these women made a lot of men very happy throughout their 20s. You know what I mean? You're gonna shame these, you're gonna slut shame these girls. Like, a lot of you people wouldn't be getting any play whatsoever if it weren't for sluts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who are you supposed to sleep with if sluts aren't going to be slutty?
Right. Courtney,
show some appreciation for the sluts, folks.
Yes.
I've seen many sluts in my day, in the college times at the NYU dorms. I didn't sleep. My body count is in the single digits, people, just saying, and my ratio is very good, as from what Christy would say, But yeah, it's just they're trying to destroy everything in society. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So let's watch more of these MGTOW people that I honestly, I will say it, I despise you MGTOW guys. I think that you're not thinking long term. I think that you're only hurting yourself, and you're guaranteeing you will be wrecked in the decades to come, because the way you treat women, you're not going to find a partner that way. You're going to find an assassin. That's what you're going to find. When you treat women bad, think about it. Women will remember the thing you said 15 weeks ago that made them upset, and not tell you until 15 weeks later. Yeah, so treat them like crap when you date them, and then they're going to divorce you, take your house, take half of everything you own, because they said that day when you treated them bad, I'm going to get him. And they will wait. Just being dumb, MGTOW guys. That's why I am IGMOW. I go my own way. Even though I've been single for a long time, I don't hate women. I don't look down on them.
It means you're just a big Fleetwood Mac fan.
Yeah, I like flirting. I like being nice to women. Yet at the same time, I'm waiting for the right one. Golly, I could be picky at the same time as being as awesome to women as I possibly can be. All right, let's get back on
That's
to
eggs.
So you guys aren't listening to what I'm saying.
I just have to see it. That's no big deal. All right.
Maybe high risk.
Let's move on, Myra.
She wants to practice.
This is crazy, bro.
The truth hurts, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's not hurting. It
does not hurt at all.
But that's his response. This is crazy, bro. That's all he's got to all of that. This is crazy, bro. That's why I wanted to point this out. Fealty, would you have a kid with one of these OnlyFans clowns? I would have a kid with Christy. Absolutely. I would date Christy. in a hot second.
She'd be a great mom.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I interrupted you. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, get Christy pregnant. Do it.
Yeah. No, well, Chrissy, she's living an awesome life, and I think that she does have standards for herself, and I appreciate that. That she is looking for a guy who's done well with his life and is at a point in his life where he is doing really well, and I have respect for that. So I highly doubt I would be the one for Christy, and I understand that. I don't hold that against her. When girls don't like me, I don't say, "Oh, screw them. They're a horrible person. They're a moron." I just go, "Yeah, okay." What can you do?
I'll just wait until they're very drunk.
No. No, I'll just keep on working on myself and try and make myself as awesome as possible. I have investments going that I think are going to work out very well. And not in the long term, probably in the medium to very short term, depending on how the economy is going to go and everything. So my life plan is well on course, but right now, dating me right now would suck, and I totally admit that. I don't have the money to go out and do things at all. Like, so, like, yes, there's free things you could do. You could go on a hike. You could do so many different things to experience with each other. But I really don't have the money to, like, I can't buy a birthday gift. I can't do things like that, you know. And, like, I am a little bit spendy with some of my money in some dumb ways and stuff. But I could be better. But still, even with that, XRP, absolutely good night. That is coming. But, yeah, so... I don't fault girls for being like, this is what I'm looking for. Because, you know, a girl wants to have, like, you know, some form of safety and some form of a guy who's grounded and, you know, has a life. Like, what the heck, you know?
But don't think that it's just about money, because I think it's about two people together as a unit providing security for each other, whether that's financially, emotionally, what have you.
Yeah, but I do feel with women, though, yes, emotionally, I think I'm great. I think I'm absolutely a catch. I think emotionally, supportively, on every possible way other than financial right now, I think I'm absolutely a catch. And I do have confidence in myself in that.
But I think you only think that way because some of these women that are very online make it seem like the standard is you must pay for all my shit, or I won't take the time of day from you, which is like, I mean, I've never been that way. I've always had at least one job, and I've never expected past the first date any guy to like float my existence. I mean, I think my parents kind of hammered it into my head, like, don't be a financial burden on somebody. So I just want to say that not every woman expects you to pay for everything.
Well, I don't mean it in a case of like, not every woman expects me to pay for everything, but right now I can't pay for anything. You know, like, that's literally the truth. I'm getting by on, like, literally after that week of being sick, like, that financially, like, to trade. I trade crypto, for people who don't know in the chat. That's what I do as my main source of income, is I trade crypto. I'm a crypto bro. Oh, but I'm not one of those people like crypto, this and that. I don't really talk about it much. But that's what I mainly do. So I wake up at like 4 or 5 in the morning and I'm trading crypto up until I have to start working on like clips and stuff like that. And then it's like, yay, finally I'm doing something fun and not stressful, you know. But I make enough from that because I got ruined in November because of the FTX collapse and everything, you know, and I lost a lot of money trading that. So right now, with the amount I have to trade, it takes money to make money in trading. So the amount you're trading, your expected percentage gain on what you're going to get right on your trades out of, then you minus out the percentage that you're going to lose. Like, it's really like it's on a razor's edge. Yeah, I'm sorry, boring. But like I'm saying, like, literally, like, it's not a case I can't even pay once in a while on a date. I mean, when I come out to Sullivan's, I'm not drinking because I'm not going to spend $12 on a drink. Like,
what you're feeling right now keep you from pursuing a relationship, or if the right woman comes along.
Oh, but no, it doesn't. It doesn't. I don't stop pursuing. It really, more so on that, is I haven't met someone that I want to really date. Like, I mean, I've met great girls, but I've never gotten the vibe from them that they're necessarily fully into me, or that there's something coming from it. There's been things that have happened, even with the ones you know of. There's been things that have happened that really is just like, okay, this person wasn't into me. They just wanted just to pass a moment. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And I'm not looking for just a moment. I'm looking for the dating. You know,
you're like, they just wanted to put the feel and fealty.
Yeah, you know,
I'm in it to win it.
Yeah, but that's why I have such a disdain for these MGTOW guys. So like, you all watching the whatever Wednesdays and stuff, that's why I'm very much against these MGTOW guys. I think they're horrible human beings. Start a Limp Bizkit cover band. I could do that.
That's a great idea.
My guitar is right over there. All right, let's get back on into this though, because we're about to get into Christie's
I'm
portion.
good.
I'm happy. God got me. I'm fine.
You're still hot, so it's fine. It doesn't matter.
By the time you're 30 years old, the majority of your eggs are gone. By the time you're 35 years old, almost all of them are gone, and it's a high risk pregnancy at 35. So the chance of you bring a child to term drop off precipitously once you enter your 30s.
That's all we're saying.
This is a biological fact. Can you still have a kid? Of course.
Yeah, technology.
But is the likelihood diminished significantly? Yes. And freezing your eggs, yeah, that's maybe one way to go about it, but it doesn't change. If like, you can freeze your eggs all you want, but if the incubator's fucked up,
yeah, it doesn't work sometimes.
So, I mean, okay. So for you,
worried.
20 is too high?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
So that was body count.
Well, I talked about this on a different podcast and everyone went berserk, but it's about the ratio. So like 20 could mean something different for everyone in this room. So it's really about the opportunities you took. So if like you only had Like say two people have 5 and one person only had 5 opportunities to have sex and they took all 5, and one person had 20 opportunities and only took 5. The person that took all 5 is a slut. The other person, not a slut. So it depends like where you live, how much you go out,
If you're
like
ugly. No, I'm just kidding.
what your opportunities are and how many you take.
Okay. Maybe that argument might have worked in 1951, but in
No, it's more in
2023,
2023.
well, here's the thing. You're saying it depends on opportunities. I mean, by that logic, girls with Instagram, dating apps, the internet in general have a bunch of opportunities. So wouldn't that be kind of null and void to say opportunities given to you? Because even average women have thousands of opportunities.
Yeah, so if they say 5, that's not like that big of a number compared to someone that isn't on dating apps and doesn't do social media and took 5 out of 5.
But what I'm arguing is that any girl has access to social media and can get access to top tier guys and a lot of opportunities.
And so can guys, but I think
That's not necessarily true. Like, he makes it sound like every girl on Instagram has millionaires like in their DMs. The kind of girls he deals with might, but to make that a blanket statement, all women everywhere can get with a millionaire is ridiculous to say.
Yeah. I mean, but he's only going from his own experience, so mind you.
Right.
So when he's saying
in Miami, it's like Slut Central Station. It's yeah.
But what I think he's really saying, what these guys are saying when they are so against this, honestly, as a person who practices philosophy, one of the greatest philosophical theorems in the whole dating world, I think ratio is spot on in many ways. You know, what he's really saying is that's what he does. When he's messaging girls, he'll try and get with any girl he messages.
Right.
He's not saying that they can or can't. He's saying from his experience, he tries to get with every girl he messages. And they don't get with him. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more of a cell phone, and I don't think he realizes that yet. Because that's what I think. I don't think he can really understand the full reality. You know, he's not a girl. He's not, you know? So he doesn't know for the average girl.
He doesn't, yeah.
So it's like when people say that, it's kind of like, there's not really any facts behind his part. Whereas from Christie's standpoint, it's like, well, that makes a lot of sense. All right, if she does have 1,000 guys hitting her up, you know, then, and she only goes with 10 of them, like, wow, it's really not bad. Whereas the guy, if he's got 10 girls that have ever said yes and he got with all 10, then he's the slut, you know? He'll just say yes to anything. Whereas she vetted those 1,000 guys, you know, and picked the top notch of them, you know.
Again, we live in a society that promotes and glamorizes promiscuity. Exactly. I'm sure this podcast, just like the whatever podcast, tells these girls, come dressed like you would for a night out. You know, you're kind of pressured to like get the new tits, get a fake ass, get the waist trainer, look snatched at all times. Oh, but you have to look sexy and always be on point. But if that equals, you know, guys trying to sleep with you and you do it, well, then you're the dumb whore. How dare you have no self-control when literally everything around us is pushing this. It's like, well, yes, well, sorry. These women wouldn't dress and be this way if it wasn't working for them.
Yeah, I was just reading back through Christie's messages. So apparently they did offer drinks before the show. It was a very nice and calm hangout, like before the show with all the girls that were there. She said they all met in the lobby, then went up to the den, made drinks, took pics, and hung out on the balcony. You know, so very different than whatever. Podcast.
Okay.
So just wanted to point that out before I forget. But yeah, it's such a shame. All right, let's watch the rest.
It's about
Not
the
sulking, guys.
opportunities.
Men don't have nearly as many opportunities as women. Come on.
When dating out, you're talking about dating apps and Instagram?
How does he
Yes.
know?
Men can all have
He's
that.
talking
Yeah,
Instagram
because you're accessible to everything. You can
How
fuck
can you not download
anybody
an
you want.
app and
Really?
Instagram?
Early in the show, you said, "Hey, Chris, send me the thumbnail," and he said, "Send me a DM." Chris, what'd you see? You're in the bathroom. Fucking useless. What he basically said was she had a bunch of DMs. How many of those guys did you respond back to?
Some of them were my friends. So
That's true, Myron.
friends.
I left you on
I
red.
respond to everybody.
Actual females, like there were
money.
females, like, and then some of them were them because I just met them, you know. So
I left you on
So his one pushback falls flat. he thinks like, oh, she's gonna be like, oh yeah, I have a lot of DMs, and she's like, well, some of them are my friends, and that's like a universal thing between him and Brian. Also, every time they think that they've got like, oh, I gotcha, it's like it falls flat. There's nothing behind it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
They think they know.
Yeah, and even what he's saying, like, oh well, most men don't. Who has he asked? You know, how does he know that? Is he saying from his experience? He gets turned down.
That sounds like, oh, you women, you're living life on easy mode. You just get everything. These guys are all throwing their dicks at you. You're getting free meals left and right. That again, like to look like this takes a lot of time, money, effort. I'm sure it's easy to just throw on sweatpants and not do well, really, like basically like how I look tonight. It's just, it's so hypocritical. Like, these are the types of women y'all are DMing. You're liking their photos, but then when they're face to face, you belittle and degrade them for living in a way, you know what I mean? So they're just answering supply and demand. They are a product of our culture, but you shame them for being perceptive enough to pick up and do what men like and find attractive.
Yeah, it's just sour grapes. They're mad because the men are interested in these women, and these women are interested in other men that aren't them.
Yeah.
So they're just mad that they can't get these women that they actually want.
Yeah, I think also too, what I think a lot of people don't realize about the show is I think this is a poison pill for men. I think that's what MGTOW is in general. It's to get men to hate women, to judge women, to look down on women, instead of looking at their own selves. Like, I can't get a girl because it's so easy for girls, and they've got all these guys in their DMs, and they're saying yes to all these guys, and their body count's high because they're just sluts because they're saying yes left and right, instead of, the girls have focused on their bodies, worked on themselves to make themselves attractive, whereas the guys out there that aren't getting to get with the chicks are eating food all day long, playing video games only. And mind you, my original YouTube channel was named Fealty Gaming. Just saying, I spent a lot of time in my life playing video games. I love video games, and video games are great. I have a whole wall of freaking video games behind me. But at the same time, guys this day and age, they're not cleaning up their faces. They're not having a nice beard or looking at themselves in the mirror and saying, how can I look as attractive as possible to women? Whereas women are sitting there saying, well, all right, let me put my makeup on. Am I getting fat? How does this look on me? Do I look munty? I think I do look munty, you know? Whereas guys aren't doing that. Guys aren't even putting on maybe a nice cologne or, you know, a nice outfit and everything. And look, I'm not dressing to impress. I will wear the clothes I feel comfortable in always. That's why I rock the bandana, even to Chrissie's wedding. And it was my special occasion bandana.
I would have been upset if you didn't wear it.
You know, and no one minded, but like still I'm gonna wear like the things that are me, you know, but at the same time I looked good. I wore some nice clothes. I looked good, you know, whereas guys don't. So I think this is the poison pill. The things you hear him say, oh, men don't, men can't, men don't have the same scenario as women, and the scenario women are in, they're making all the dumb choices. You know, they're making the wrong choices, which make them unpickable. And it's like, it's a poison pill. All right, let's get back on into
I read Myron, that's true.
Oh, you did?
But you kind of you weren't that nice.
I respond to everyone because they
like
be
kind of hot.
some type of money.
But that proves the point, though.
There you
No,
go.
because he wasn't very nice about it. To me, I want a charming guy.
What did I say? I don't even
That
remember what I
proves the
said.
point, though.
Yeah, I want a charming guy, a nice guy, and he came at me like,
What did
I'm
I
the
say?
fucking shit.
I followed you and you didn't even follow
He's
me
like,
back.
you're not bad looking. What's your number? And I was like, why would I reply to that? Like, what desperate girl would actually give her number to that?
Nobody's desperate.
Oh,
But I mean, what girl? Like, no girl would actually read that and be like, oh, this is actually could be a good
Oh,
guy.
I see many of them, actually.
That's sad. To me, that's sad.
Your waves
To
look
me,
real
that's
good, by
sad.
the way, dog.
You know-
But,
you
they
know
love the
what's interesting?
clout. They love the clout and all that.
She remembers me DMing her, but I don't remember DMing her.
Because you do it so much.
He needs to get God. That's what he needs.
To be fair,
Bro,
like,
you just shoot shots.
yeah, literally.
I don't
And-
get
and-
you
hold
make
on,
women
hold on.
feel bad about
It's a numbers game.
their
You know,
numbers,
this
but
is
you seem like
fantastic.
you have a lot of numbers.
It's a
I
numbers
don't get
game, but
that.
the ratio
Look,
thing
this
doesn't make
actually proves my point even further. Like, bro, women have so many opportunities where guys will hit them up, etc. Even in this situation here, like, I'm a guy, I got my shit together, whatever, but I could still fail. So what do you think the average guy is going to be dealing with?
Even worse.
You guys are trying to say that men have the same amount of opportunities as women.
I don't
Not
talk
even
to people on
fucking close.
social media,
Not at
period.
all.
I don't-
See, he can still fail. This is the alpha man, right? Oh.
He's like his insecure. I mean, like everyone's insecure about something, but he's just pouring it out. He's projecting nonstop. And it might be easier for like a girl to get sex, but is it, if a girl, you ever see a girl who really wants to get married? Oh, she repels men. You know what I mean? So it might be easier to get a guy to fuck you. Okay. But to keep a guy is harder. Especially if you really like, I gotta get married and have kids right now. That's gonna be very unattractive to a lot of guys.
Not me.
He's not taking that into consideration. Not you, Fealty, because you're the perfect man.
No, I mean, it would depend on, we'd have to have things in common. She'd have to at least be able to play, a video game from time to time. Like, I want to be able to cuddle and do a playthrough of a video game, like a nice video game with a story, maybe Halo, the original Halo, some Gears of War, some Call of Duty. We'll join up together in Call of Duty and talk smack to the 4-year-olds in the multiplayer.
Like Call of Duty and anal. That sounds like a good. And it's literally a Call of Duty. No?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. Yeah, that'd be nice. Anything to do with sex and video games, you have my attention there. But yeah, it's like I said, like I think I'm starting to prove the point here that these guys are just lame.
They're so unlikable.
All right, so I skipped a little bit ahead here. This should be the point around here where Christie's going to take a dig at him. Okay, should be about here.
Learned it in 3rd grade.
You can choose.
You only have 5 options and you take all.
Percentage-wise is what she's saying.
Yeah, do the percentage.
So,
I like her math. That's girl math.
Hold on, ridiculous logic.
No, it's not. That's smart as fuck. What?
So let me get it straight. Because you can pick and choose is better than me taking all 5 of mine. So you're picking and choosing.
If you take
the top
you
5
have 5
options.
If you only have 5 options and you take all of them, that's slutty.
But girls choose. Girls choose if you're gonna get fucked or not. But the girls choose if you're gonna fuck or not. The guys don't choose.
So then you have to convert it into a decimal.
Let's keep it real.
And then we could do a percentage because you know how you do the math from decimals to percentage, right?
No, but
we learned it
again,
in 3rd grade.
You can choose out of your options.
That's great.
See, this is why I like it
so much.
You see, she doesn't take crap from anybody, and she can dole it out. And that's why they crumble in front of her.
She sticks to her guns. Yeah, she's not worried about these guys liking her.
Yeah. Well, she's not trying to get them to like her. She's not here to flirt with them. Yeah, she's confident in herself, comfortable in herself.
Does not care for clout.
She's
just keeping it 100, as they say.
Yeah, and 2, she's not saying these things to make a moment. She's saying these things because they're what she feels and what she's rationalized, and she wins. And I'm not even simping for her. I just think she is wonderful.
You're simping a little bit, but it's
a little
warranted.
bit. It's because she's freaking awesome. All right, so I have. All right, so Chrissy's gonna take a dig at Fit at 50-50. I have here. There's all building up for the grand finale.
Be watching it online because they know them.
Women are very. This conversation goes to show how fairly delusional females are about the male experience. So, I'll give you an example. She remembers vividly that I messaged her. I don't remember messaging you.
Experience. Oh my goodness. He's delusional about the female experience. So he just can't see that he has no self-awareness.
Well, I mean, anyone who sees what's sitting in front of them, what I think a lot of people see is okay, they're just dressing slutty. But what I see is 3 girls, and look at how much makeup they put on, all the time and effort put into their appearance. I mean, even Chrissy's hair with the way it's dyed and everything, she had to find a place over time. It's like taking your car to a mechanic, right? You bring your car to a mechanic, they can mess up the whole dang thing. Imagine if that was your hair.
Yes, and she's got the single process blonde, which is very damaging on your hair long term. I'm sure her hair gets very dry, especially because of the length. She's got to do a deep condition. It's not so easy, folks.
And I'm not gonna lie, Chrissy, I did see your picture with the brunette hair. If you're watching, I mean, not that this hair is bad, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I'm just saying the dark hair was something. if you're watching. All right, let's see. If
But let me tell you why. No. Well, I'm going here. So I genuinely don't
You
remember.
sound like a fuckboy.
But
Oh,
That kind of makes you sound like a fuckboy because it sounds like you just mass DM all these girls.
I mean, what do you expect?
Well,
Yeah,
actually, well,
So then you do have a lot of opportunities.
No. I have to create the opportunities, and men have to send
Yes,
out a lot
it
of
is a numbers
messages
game.
to get even some type of return. The top guys in the world close 10% of the girls they talk to. So you have to send out a lot of messages to get a response. Women don't have that problem. You send a message to a guy, he's going to probably respond if you're attractive enough.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is this. Women are the ones that select. She can remember me, but I don't remember her. Why? Because I have to shoot so many more shots. She's the one.
So did he not just prove the ratio theory? Women the ones who select. So if a woman selects less guys out of a larger group of guys, they are less slutty than the guy who is just saying yes to every single thing they could possibly get with.
Just hates that sex is so much easier for them to come by, but I don't think these women value it easy sex like this guy values easy sex.
Mm-hmm. And two, I think she nailed him too. She called him an F-boy. You know,
That's great. Yeah, you're sending out all these messages. You're not looking for, oh, well, I have to because it's a numbers game. Sounds like boy behavior.
Right? Like that's literally what it is. And you know, like I said earlier, I've been to the NYU dorms. I've been in a fraternity. I know what that lifestyle is like. I was a part of it for a while. Not that I ever went to fruition because I was a long-haired metalhead wearing sweatpants and a Alice in Chains t-shirt with gel ring bracelets until I found UFO pants.
It's very hypocritical that this guy, oh, well, this is part of life. You got to send out 50 messages. Well, guess what? Guess how many guys are sending out 50 messages as well? And how many and it's all in these women's DMs. So it's like, you can't blame a woman for getting 50 messages when you yourself sent out 50 messages, because it all evens out, because all the men that subscribe to this numbers game are all in the DMs of these women. So don't be upset that they get the DMs like when you yourself send out many DMs. Like that's the fucking deal, man.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so we're going to move ahead here. So this point, they're talking about what obstacles are you willing to go through to be in a relationship, to be with someone, and like, you know, kind of like the hurdles to overcome. Like, you know, when people are like dating and it's like, oh, you know, he's a great guy, but you know, like we can only see each other on Tuesdays, and you know, he's got a lot going on in his life, so like I'm allowing him to, you know, really focus on that because I want to support him. Like, you know, the obstacles, like things that are just like, why does this make the relationship so much harder? Like, can't we just like be in a relationship, you know?
Right.
So, and like the dangers of that stuff too. So at this point, that's kind of what they're on.
He has a second family, but I'm not trying to be high maintenance.
Yeah, like he only has HPV, but you know, it's not always showing, and that's the times when we can have the sex, you know.
Well, like everybody has HPV, right?
I don't.
Men don't even show symptoms. You could have it right now and not know.
Yeah,
no, I've been tested.
No, you can't get tested. Men can't get tested for HPV.
Really? Oh, then I may.
Yeah, so you've been tested for other things.
I mean,
it's a very common.
Probability-wise, my body count for the full deal is 4. For the rest of stuff, it's like 9, maybe 10. So it's not that many. So I don't think I have it.
You probably have it.
I mean, you know.
I don't have it, people. I don't. Anyone in chat, any girls out there? I don't got it. Well, in all the years, I've never seen something that was like, oh, well, that's a worry. You know, like nothing's ever popped up.
Like a wart or dick cancer, so yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had either of those, luckily.
It's dormant and then goes away eventually, so I don't know.
I mean, I would notice. I guarantee you it gets inspected daily. I would notice such a thing, you know. And nothing has ever popped up there or anywhere else on my body. Man, I get a pimple from time to time on the face, you know. But that's because I'm Italian, and when Italians eat grease. Really? Oh, so my cheek pimp would be like, ah, oh, dang, why did that girl kiss me there? Oh, she shouldn't have sat on my face. Golly.
Hey, we're perfect for each other.
Oh, okay. You didn't get what I did there, but no problem. For you?
Yes, I am. As long as they're reasonable and they don't cross like crazy boundaries or anything.
Such as what?
What's one boundary?
I mean, like I'm willing to go through obstacles, but I'm not willing to be like treated like shit or get like cheated on and like put up with stuff like that.
So infidelity is your main thing?
I mean, yeah, infidelity would be like a really big issue, but like what are the obstacles? Like I'm willing to like, I know like marriage and stuff is hard work and it's not always going to be easy, but like what are the obstacles? Like, yes, but to a certain extent.
But let's see here. So, okay, you're 33 years old right now. You're on OnlyFans. You've, had your fun with other men. Do you
They
think
love
you
the
can
freaking sound
command
effects.
that caliber guy to be monogamous with you?
Soundboard.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of recently broke up with my ex, and he was the only one I was doing OnlyFans with, and we were monogamous. And yeah, my job didn't like affect our relationship. That's not why we broke up.
No, I get that. But if the next guy comes in, he's probably gonna, and he's, an attractive guy and has all these things in line. Don't you think that would be a problem?
It hasn't been yet. I actually thought it was gonna interfere with my dating life, but honestly, it hasn't. A lot of people that I meet now, they either have friends that have OnlyFans agencies, or they have agencies, or they're in sort of like crypto or some sort of entrepreneurship, and like they kind of just like understand it. And
it's become more normalized.
Yeah.
But like ultimately, I would say the guy's always gonna have it back of his head.
well, he's gonna be on my OnlyFans with me, so
Wait, showing his face?
no, probably not. But people would put it together because they'd know we were dating or married.
Mm.
But POV is all the rage these days. My ex's face isn't it though.
So you would make
TMI.
him change his job? A lot of
TMI.
guys
No, he wouldn't change his job. He would just
It's an extracurricular activity.
It's
It's a hobby.
Some things.
Did he have a regular job too?
Yeah, I was a pilot.
What the? Can he get fired for that?
Yep, but he believed in me.
All right, did you join the Mile High Club?
He was doing pretty well. He's probably making 6 figures.
But she means more now.
Yeah, but he believed in me and he liked my job and he thought it was fun.
And you
And he
dumped
left
him?
him.
There's a lot of guys that like that.
Yeah,
She gave him more money, she left him.
No, that wasn't why. That wasn't why at all. I just
Stop the cap.
intuitively knew like he wasn't like my person. Like
Yeah, because he.
So he put his job at risk to lose it and then lose you.
I was his biggest fantasy, but
Because
there was just so many things that I just felt like we were on different wavelengths when we talked, and yeah, I just knew he wasn't in. My intuition told me this was not a person.
So he put his.
I did think he was like my husband at one point. I thought I manifested him. Like I really, really was into him, and
Bro,
then
that's scary.
But the more we were together and stuff, the more I was like,
He put his job at risk because her intuition told her no.
no. He put his job at risk because he loved me, but
Okay,
I didn't think he was the one for me. I didn't think he was the one for me.
awesome.
I don't want to settle.
Yeah.
He was hot
Dude,
though. He was hot.
A hot pilot that pretty much gave you what you wanted. Wow.
No, but to a certain extent, if it, when you know, and I knew he wasn't like my person.
How?
Wow. These
Well, 'cause
guys
you
are
wanna know how
more.
she-
These guys are more superficial than she is. They're like, "What? He was hot and had a good job. Why didn't you put that on lock?" And she's like, "No, it just didn't feel right." And they can't accept that.
Yeah. Well, because they can't win over that. Because their goal is the only way for them to get a girl is that she's so bashed down that there's no way that she can go for another guy. Because God forbid that she finds out regular men have bigger peens than what these guys have in their pants. That's their biggest fear, is that the peen on the other side of the fence could be way bigger. And they have to make sure she so hates herself so much that she can't ever look at someone else.
Wow.
You know, it's literally, it's what it is. I think I'm spot on with that. But yeah, so she does explain that, and she does explain why her and the guy broke up. Pilots are always, well, yeah. I mean, imagine her confidence though to be in a relationship. I think it was 7 years or something. She was with that guy, and he's flying around the world, the country, and just being like, yeah, I know everything's gonna be fine. Like, you know, he's not gonna stray. Whereas, could either of those two guys do the same thing? Like, imagine if the girl they were dating was a female pilot or a female stewardess. You know, I highly doubt they would be as confident with that, you know, as she was. And I bet the guy didn't cheat. But she does explain further. We don't really need to watch, but she explains because the reason why she felt that they weren't really meant for each other is because, like, he's a type of guy who's jumping out of airplanes to do parachuting and stuff like that. And he didn't want to stop that stuff. You know, and just felt like they weren't really a match. And it's like, hey, that's reasonable. You know, you want someone who's going to be like your rock, that's going to be there. And, you know, yeah, he's flying around, he's doing all these things, but he's not sleeping with other people.
He's always got his head in the clouds, those pilots.
Yeah. So it's like, it's just a little ludicrous. But all right, so this all leads on. They have another debate later with the girl with the religion, and it's kind of bashy against her. But I think we've conveyed enough that these guys are losing every debate with these girls so far, and they're losing it bad. They have no response other than like, ha ha ha, well, you know, like that's the equivalent of their responses to the things they're saying. So then this leads up to the point where Fitz coming in to insult the girl with the religion, calls her delusional, and that's going to be a 132.51 here. I'm going to move here. We can go a little bit early. So they were talking about the religion and how, like, she's, you know, kind of saying that, you know, that's what she believes in. She's, you know, she believes in the religion. There's really no obstacles for it. And they went back and forth for a while there. But then it leads up to this point where Christy says to Fit, you know, if it asks him if he's even in a relationship after like all the bashing. And this leads to a very interesting stuff. So let's
have a faith and still do things. Like I'm a woman of God.
So hold on.
I still put my titties online.
Does God approve of OnlyFans?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I'm still gonna do it because I am not gonna leave. I'm gonna make that money. She's better than me.
Look.
But she's better than me. I don't want to leave.
Let's just keep it a million, bro.
I don't want to leave. I love that shit.
I don't know if y'all see a trend here, but older women are fucking delusional. Holy shit.
No, but I'm not delusional though.
I've been listening to y'all talk for a bit now, and
yeah, man.
Yo,
I'm not delusional. I own everything I do. I'm not delusional.
You guys are fairly delusional.
I don't believe I'm delusional because I own everything I do. I'm not saying that I'm trying to do
You're a woman of God, but
I'm a Christian woman, so I still believe in God and have a faith. Do I sin every day?
Does it make you feel better just saying things to women like this?
Because the difference between me and you guys is I don't purport myself to be a religious person.
No, and I don't either. But we're talking about
I don't say I'm a man of God, blah, 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 while doing all this other stuff. You guys.
But we're talking about faith in general, like if we have a faith or believe in faith. Yeah, I believe in faith, but I'm not on Instagram like, oh, here's the Bible. Like, fuck no, I'm not going to do that. But I mean, in all reality, like back at home and shit, yeah, I pray, yeah, I go to church, yeah, all that. But I still do what I do.
Back at home?
But I'm saying I'm not promoting that I'm a religious person.
Deny my faith.
I'm not promoting I'm a religious person on my Instagram, my titties all and pussy on Twitter. No. 1000% not.
Oh man.
But there's so many people that like lie, like
what was that?
I respect that. Like she owns who she is, and all these guys want to do is make these similar to the whatever podcast, make these women look bad, make them feel ashamed, make them feel embarrassed. They're not trying to learn anything about why they are, why that. Because if I were hosting this podcast, I'd be like, let's talk about society as a whole and why there's a common theme. Like what has led our not picking on individuals, but talking about society as a whole. Like what has led us to this place where these are the values that women have? Why don't women value getting married in their early 20s and having kids right away? Let's talk about what led us to this place. What did you all hear when you were in your early 20s? What kept you from wanting that? When you were that old, what did you think about getting married and having? That's like a positive conversation, not being like, you're a dumb slut, your whole life is a mistake. Oh, older women, like, just you can't win an argument, so you just sweepingly generalize, oh, older women are delusional. Like, who is that helping?
Yeah. Well, it's not an argument. You know, just saying older women are delusional. How? What is the delusion? What are they mistaking? Yeah, like you can't just win an argument. Older women are delusional. That's like, now you're just like the dumb kid in school who never could really fight back against the nerds with anything other than a fist. You know, and that's
also,
all he's doing.
Can say younger women are delusional. I mean, look at any pull up TikTok. Look at any Gen Z girl doing a TikTok when she can't figure out her cat pronouns. You could easily say, maybe even more so, that younger women are delusional. So at least like this generation, the millennial generation and Gen X, it's like we're not under the spell of the social contagion that is the trans movement. Like every generation has their damage, has their issues.
No. And I mean, it's not even just, you know, societal damage like that. I mean, what if you just had a bad father or a bad next door neighbor who did something really bad? You know, like there could be nightmares. Yeah. You know, there could be nightmares people go through that kind of lead them on a track that they never heal from and go down a bad route, you know? Which I don't want to take full credit for coming up with saying that on my own, because I had set up the Whatever podcast clips. They were talking a lot about that on Whatever podcast. That, you know, maybe if we go over after this. But like, yeah, it's literally, there's so much more depth to it. But these MGTOW guys, there's no depth to them. I truly think they're the poison pill.
It's not even worth breaking this podcast down. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up, Fealty.
Okay.
They act like they're like holier than thou, and then they're like secretly doing things, crazy partying, whatever. And at least like we're being legit and real. We're like, yeah, this is what we do in our lives, but we still believe in God. Like we're just being real. A lot of people are just hiding it.
Real delusional.
And
would you rather there be
but so many people are just hiding it. And it's like, how do you even know what they're really doing?
I pray for you guys.
I'm more than just.
Christ is king.
I'll pray for you too. You did my prayers tonight yet.
My name actually means Christ and King, and actually means the victorious King of God.
See, that's what it shut up, you know? Right? Yeah. Yeah. So let's move up to the... So
That's
this is where
so
Chrissie
rude.
asks,
I would just get up and leave. I'd be like, why am I here?
Yeah, well, you'll see. You'll see. I'll try and go through this stuff a little bit faster now to get to the point of what I really want you to see that happens. But all right, so now she asks him about the girlfriend.
Oh, look, man. This is ridiculous.
Wait, are you in a relationship?
Hell no, he's not. Sliding in
So like, who are you to talk about dating advice?
There's no way.
They won in that moment. Look at the faces right there. You got the girl on the right. She's kind of looking at them, smiling. Got Chrissie.
What was just said? That
Chrissie said, "Are you even in a relationship?" And Mr. Fit over here is like, "How could you even say that?" While his friend is laughing at him.
That's great.
You know, I mean,
Fit
people
is
might.
the lighter guy, Fresh is the darker guy.
Skinny is fit, Fresh is fat. So right side is fat, Fresh,
Okay.
and left side.
Call
is
it Fresh
fit.
and Fat.
Yeah, or no, fat and
Okay.
fit, fat and fit, or fit and fat.
Or they could do a girl version of the podcast and call it Fresh and Clit, and it could just be like two girls running it.
But then Brian can't watch it unless it's a big labia kind of show, because that's all he likes, especially the ones with the elongated clitoris. I'll say it
I should
wrong.
change Simcast. I'm gonna stop calling it Simcast and start calling it Fresh and Clit.
Munty clit.
That's interesting. That was great of her to say. Do you even have a girlfriend?
Oh,
nope.
This is the moment. So this is what everything's leading to. Let's watch it.
Hey.
You're kind of mean to women and you're single, so like, who are you really to give advice?
And another hit. She just hit him with a 1-2 punch. Are you even in a relationship?
Christy. Hail, Christy.
Right? This is why she's great.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Number one.
Kind of mean.
Yeah, right? I mean, his whole show is on meanness. MGTOW is not men go their own way. It's like mean guys trash on women. That's really what MGTOW is. Mean guys trash on women. MGTOW. That's what it is. All right, so let's go.
Who's the one that gives out relationships, men or women?
That what?
Who gives out the relationships, men or women?
I've turned down a lot of relationships, so I don't know.
Men usually are the ones that.
What do you mean by that?
Females
Okay.
are the one that want it.
Okay, so women want relationships, men want sex, right?
Do they?
Not
Yeah,
if he's
first,
a Christian guy. Hopefully he's looking for something else. But if he's Myron,
want
yes,
sex
that's
first and
definitely all he cares
foremost,
about.
Can you guys just answer the question?
I think they
All right?
want sex
No,
first.
not every guy. You can't.
I feel like
generalize
I think like a
everybody.
man,
It's
and I don't want a
annoying.
relationship.
Depends the age.
The world operates on generalities, okay?
Every person is different. Every person's got a different story. Like that's
Generally
Listen.
speaking, I
every
would
person
agree.
is unique. Like what are you talking about?
Girls don't get on
Everybody-
one knee,
Wait
right?
a minute. Wait a
Women
minute.
are really not that unique.
Actually, I've seen a few women do
Men
that.
aren't that unique.
Jesus
We're all
Christ.
very similar in how we tend to view things and what we want from the opposite gender. So if I lined up most girls will want a relationship with a man.
Yeah.
It's a long-term relationship, right?
Yeah.
I think you
Okay.
want none.
Anyway,
We can take him to the
like I was
Catholic
saying.
Church.
Yeah, because guys don't want a relationship. Guys don't want a long-term relationship. Like, that's a one-way street. I don't get that. I don't get that at all.
There really are some girls who just want sex. So it's he's like, can you just answer the question? What he means is, can you just answer it the way I want you to answer it and stop having your own opinions?
Yeah, because that's why I'm showing this too, is that they are not letting him just say what he wants to say without saying their mind. And when they disagree, they disagree. You know, they're not going to sit back and just, kowtow to him. And there's a reason why I say that too. All right, so there's a little bit more, and then we'll skip ahead to there's another crazy moment.
I'll find one.
Yo, can you guys just answer the question? Who gives out relationships, men or women?
Men.
Okay. Who picks who fucks?
Notice none of the three. I don't think I've tried to see who said this, but
We can take him to the
Like I was
Catholic
saying.
Church. He'll find one.
Yo, can you guys just answer the question? Who gives out relationships, men or women?
Men.
Okay. Who picks who fucks, men or women?
so is the girl on the right. She's not the one really doing the pushback. The other two girls didn't answer his question still. Just saying.
Women.
Cool. So women control who fucks, men control who gets a relationship, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Unless the women
Would it be
turn
fair
it
to say
down.
that you, since you asked me this question, you're selective on who you have sex with to a degree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm selective on who I commit to. So it's
Right.
not an appropriate question to ask, do you even have a girlfriend? No, I'm the one that picks relationships. That's like me saying, do you even fuck people?
Hell yeah.
No,
See how
but
your
I'm
logic
just-
is flawed?
No, I don't.
Because you're the
I
one
actually
chasing a
don't
relationship.
care
I'm the one
why.
trying to get sex. So that's the wrong metric to measure me by.
No, I don't agree with you.
See, I'm
my
not chasing a
God.
relationship. I like poly
Yo.
stuff. I'm open, so I don't know.
Yeah, you are
Do
open.
you not see the logic
Yeah,
here that
you're
men control
open.
relationships,
Very
women control
I see
sex?
that. Yes, I understand that, but
You're
I don't
asking
know
me,
why.
do you even have a girlfriend when I'm the one who gives out the relationship title to girls?
So you
That's like
don't
me
want a
asking
girlfriend.
Do you
So-
fuck people when you...
So he's the one who gives out the relationship to women, but he also says he's the one trying to have sex. So which one is he? Is he the one?
Right.
Is he the
says,
man
"I'm
that
just trying to-"
chooses?
Yeah, he says.
Right. It's double thinking. Right.
Sounds like he's a man who doesn't want a relationship at all and just wants to fuck around because he hasn't
Yeah.
given the relationship time. It's not even like he said, "Oh, I just got out of a relationship," or "I was with a girl 4 years." He's not giving us any sense of relationships that he used to be, and he sounds very single and decidedly so.
Yeah, because that's almost like a left-wing style kind of backflip mentality of this is why a man can be a woman, kind of a thing. Men choose the relationship, but I'm trying to have sex with women, not a woman to have a relationship with. I'm trying to have sex with women.
And these he basically is shaming these women. His ideal for them would be like lock down that relationship, and he's basically encouraging them withhold sex until you get that relationship you want. How does that help guys like him who probably wouldn't even pursue a woman who wasn't giving out sex?
Yeah. Well, because like he says, men are the ones, like women get thousands of messages in their DMs. And the reason why I pointed out earlier is to say that's what he's doing. He's the guy who he's probably just like Brian on whatever podcast who loves the fact that his show brings tons of girls into his DMs. That's how he's won. He's finally figured out a way to get hot girls to message him. But it must be so depressing, the fact that none of them want to actually have sex with him. They just want to be on his show. It must be so hollow. Like, imagine that. You've got tons of girls that finally want to talk to you, but not one of them want to touch you. You know? So, like, that's what this guy, I really feel, he's talking about his own life. He wants to have tons of sex. He wants to be terrible to girls because he's inadequate in his own thinking of himself. Maybe that's not who he is, but that's what he's trying to convey to men. That's what he's trying to turn men into. Instead of trying to say, be the best you can. If you find someone nice, you and her choose to date each other, and you do it together as a partnership. And yes, there's ways women are going to be submissive and feminine, and the ways for you to be masculine and strong and a leader, but it doesn't require you to be horrible to the other
And
person.
he's
Treat them
making
like
it sound
nothing.
like he's got 60 women in his DMs begging to be his girlfriend, which I doubt is the case.
No, yeah. I'm sure there are some girls that want to get with him because he has money, but just imagine what type of girl that is. I mean, I'm not saying there are horrible girls out there, but there are definitely girls that don't have any qualms with what a guy looks like and how he acts, and will get into a financial partnership with you, of which you will get screwed. So enjoy that, Mr. Fit. I'm sure he's going to have lawyers making prenups and stuff. But all right, so we've got this part here. Let's move on to the next part. There's only a few more parts here. We got that. All right, yeah, we got to move to 147.
How are you doing, Courtney?
I'm hanging in there. I
Okay.
hate Mayr, but you know.
Oh my God, if we're boring you to death,
No.
read it.
My phone's dying or going to, so I'm trying to.
Oh, Courtney, tell the before it dies, tell everyone where they can find you.
Did you
Like
mute
on
yourself?
Twitter? Courtney, oh, her phone's
I
probably
don't
in the
think she
big.
could hear us.
Her phone is
Yeah,
in
no.
hospice right
It's back to normal. We're good.
Okay.
now. Okay. I think Courtney, your Twitter handle is Courtney Body.
Courtney, it was that Courtney is my handle, Twitter handle.
Okay. Okay, cool.
I disagree with this comment. I don't have too much trouble with girls, but I
Yeah.
just don't choose them. I mean,
He's in control of the relationship.
in some ways. I mean, I had the girl at the bar that wanted to hang out with me that I said no to. Then the girl at that other event that, I am dumb though. I should take more chances and, give more things a shot. But all right, so here's a moment leading up. So as you all know, I have a linear story to the parts I pick out to explain my conveyance of a philosophical theory. So Chrissy's saying he's a mean guy, he's this and that. This is 10 minutes after the part we saw before about, and they've been back and forth arguing and, like, vile. Like, he's basically telling them to, like, shut up and, like, just being horrible to them.
No, because we're gonna manifest our guy. Remember? I got my own shit together. I'm good.
We're manifesting him.
Yo, you guys are lost.
Remember that?
I'll stay single. I'm good.
I just think no one really cares about that right now. Like, everyone seems content with their lives. I don't think anyone's like
Yeah, I
caring.
agree.
No one was like, we can't find anyone.
Yeah, when I get older, I want my life.
Look, you know
Like, you're just
what's
assuming.
About my life right
You know
now.
what's amazing? We're telling them how men really think.
The truth.
What it is.
But I agree.
I don't really care that
Instead
much.
of like listening, be
You're
like,
not
damn, you know what?
wrong.
Maybe I should like
That shit.
switch some stuff around. Maybe I should
I
think
already am
differently.
doing
Why
this.
would
So I
anyone
don't
change?
know.
Yo, when I'm talking, shut the fuck up. All right? Like, I'm not one of your exes, one of these loser boyfriends you had before that let you talk over them. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking. You're on my platform.
My bad.
All right? You guys just been.
No, he's not mean.
Wait, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people on this podcast, and you want 0 interruptions? Yeah, sorry, you can't have it both ways. You can't have 1,000 people on your show. There's 3 of us, and I constantly interrupt you, Fealty. So this
Oh,
is
no, please.
He's nasty. He is he is an icky person.
Yeah. See, I'm seeing the people in the chat thinking like, I'm just a simp and stuff. No, I'm dealing with this like building a foundation to a structure. This guy is a horrible guy. This guy, I feel terrible for any girl that dates him because this guy like is going to be your nightmare. This guy is going to bash you down, treat you like crap, make you have to chase him at all possible times. You will not live a happy day in your entire life, and that's not what relationships are supposed to be about.
And
The
did you hear
MGTOW
it?
community is vile.
He thinks he's an alpha, but then he's like, oh, well, I could fail. He that's an insecurity. He's like, at any time, I could lose this job, lose my money, and then what do I have to offer women? He's very insecure deep down.
Honestly, like, people think, maybe Andrew Tate is an evil person and stuff, but you know what? That dude does not show weakness. Like, ever.
Yeah.
That guy is an alpha. Like, I'd probably say I'm more of a Sigma than anything else. I don't think I'm an alpha, but that guy is an alpha. This guy is beta at best. Like, what a thing. Shut the F up. Like, when I'm talking. This is a show where he's got his people making sound effects, cutting people off left and right. You got 9 people on, like you say. It is chaos. Like, and this is after, 10 minutes of them debating back and forth and him and the other guy, Fresh, losing. After a whole show, that's why I showed you all the clips of the girls pushing back. This is him finally, after all of this losing, and him and his beta self saying, I need to finally win, and he's going to do the only thing he can, what he thinks is manly.
Slap a hoe energy. Yes.
Yeah. We said that at the same time. It is. That's what MGTOW is. It's slap a hoe energy.
Yep.
It's just bash the girl. That's the only way you could be worth it.
Yeah. If you can't command the respect of a room, just yell like a child.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so let's continue on. There's a little more here.
And fucking mumbling on the side. No one gives a fuck what y'all got to say. We've let you talk the whole time. I'm just trying to make a point here, and I keep hearing, no. Shut the fuck up. God damn. All right? You guys have been on the platform disrespecting me, disrespecting my chicken shit, on the side with all this dumb shit. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking.
We apologize.
All right? And if you can't follow the rules, then get the fuck off the platform.
You know what I would
funny.
do?
Simple.
You know what I would do if I were a girl on this podcast in this moment? I wouldn't say another word for the rest of the show. I would just sit there and nod and be like, "What? You're not gonna say anything? Sorry, you told me to shut the fuck up." So it's like he's such a little bitch.
Yeah. I mean, what does he actually bring to this show?
Anger.
Really? Yeah.
Small PP energy.
Mhm.
A Caesar haircut. I don't know.
I do love that the PewDiePie small PP energy has like spread out to the whole world. Everyone uses it. It's glorious. And he just had a kid, like an actual man.
I heard it originally from Dan Vask.
Oh, really? Well, he's a nerdy gamer, so of course he would know PewDiePie. You
Look
know,
at that.
him and the Pewds. All right, yeah. So there's a little bit more here. What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I cut you off this time.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. All right, so yeah, so
I'm done interrupting.
I thought I interrupted. Golly.
Okay, play it.
I should be an alpha. Chrissy, shut the F up, Chrissy. Golly, am I alpha now? Golly, Chrissy, on your channel, you should shut the F up. You know, you're disrespecting everybody, Chrissy, with these interruptions. You know, and I'm an alpha male.
Yes.
And I cannot take this. My sentences must start and end, you know, because none of my sentences are too small to fit in a paragraph, okay? They're all well-sized sentences. I swear. I'm not trying to, you know, make up for my shortcomings of words. Golly. All right, yeah, so let's continue
Seriously.
this.
You're just getting really mad.
No,
We're
because
all
you've been
quiet.
disrespectful. And you've been
I'm
annoying,
sorry,
and you've been
felt that
interrupting
way.
me every time I talk. I can hear you saying some stuff on the side. This is a fucking privilege for you to be here. Don't forget where the fuck you're at.
No, we agree. Thank you
I've
for
been
If you
having
don't want to
us.
be here, you get the fuck out. Seriously.
Yo.
You're being annoying as
Chill.
shit.
Because
I'm not one of these fucking simps on your shit that's going to sit here and let you talk crazy.
Hey guys, we appreciate you letting us be here.
Be
Like, we
quiet,
love
still
you.
talking, man.
I was just saying we
Goddamn.
appreciate it.
I'm talking right now. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, shut up. Holy
Asshole.
fuck, man. Gotta get these old chicks in check. It's wild out here. If I'm talking,
Now I'm
shut
old,
the
damn.
fuck up. God damn. Anyway, like I was saying, when you're a man and you say what the fuck it is, girls don't like hearing the truth. What do? They go ahead and go, oh no, it's okay, girl, do what you want to do. It's all right. They enable each other's bad behavior. We're telling you, objectively speaking, most men don't like promiscuous women. Most men don't like girls being out on the internet, showing their body, fucking on camera, all this other shit. Oh, that's just you. That's just what you think. No, men think this way. They just can't openly say it because we get the dumb backlash that we're getting right now. Like, if y'all told me women like tall guys in general that have their stuff in order financially and will be able to be a protector and a provider, we wouldn't argue with y'all. We want to say, that's just what you want. No, we would say, yeah, that's absolutely true. In majority, this is what women want. But why is it when I say what men want, you guys want to go ahead and argue with me about what men fucking want? Like, what?
you laugh, talk about his girl, roast his girl.
Yeah.
I didn't
You
do
know,
that.
And my chick is better than all you fucking
I-
bimbos here. Like, I'm going to keep it 1,000.
Hey, I
She
never
doesn't give me a
disrespected
headache.
your girl,
She's not loud.
so.
She's not obnoxious. She's not a fucking slut on the internet. Let's keep it 1,000. There's a reason why I picked her. All right? Like, what the fuck is, like, y'all are not about to sit here and talk shit about my girl. She's better than all y'all.
Hey, I never disrespected
Shut
your
up.
girl.
Oh, and it is confirmed that he sleeps around on his girl. There's been proof that has come out.
Of course. Look at
yeah.
him. Listen to him. Yeah, he doesn't respect her.
He does bring it up earlier in the show. I forgot to show that part where he is open in his relationship. Like, she knows he's open in his relationship and she is faithful to him. Yet he doesn't see any red flags with that at all.
Wow.
If he was to put a baby in her and get married to her, he's done. She's gotten everything she wants. Oh, we lost Courtney. Her phone died.
Oh, her phone died.
But you see what I'm saying? So I think I've built up the evidence here, and there's only a little bit more. I'm sorry, Al. There's only a little bit more. We're coming up on it here, and wow, very soon.
Oh, just
Shut
so you
up.
know.
God damn, I'm talking.
We know.
We're doing that.
Yeah, we know.
Holy shit. Like,
Listen,
this shit is wild, man.
you guys have your opinions. You can do whatever you want.
Podcast.
We're just saying, respectfully.
Yeah, I agree.
Y'all
I
aren't
agree
even on your
with all
platform
This is the
talking
truth.
crazy. Like, it's wild to me. Like, if someone's talking, the host is talking, be quiet. We've let you guys talk a bunch. You guys have been rambling the whole time. And I've actually been listening,
That is
taking
true.
notes, trying to respond
Yeah.
to what you guys are
Yep,
saying. But
that's
you guys
true.
don't give us the same respect.
That's
My
true.
Incredible.
Mind you, it's not true. He cut them off so many times throughout it. But that's just how shows like this go. When you invite people on who don't do this for a living, and you're debating and you're saying something categorically false about another person, they're not going to sit there and be like, well, I'm going to wait for my time so you can move on to 3 different topics before I can respond to the thing you just lied about. No, they're going to be like, no, you were wrong on that. No, that's not the truth.
He is mad at them because them being on the show did not make him feel the way he wanted to feel. He didn't feel like he was in the right they were in the wrong. He taught them a lesson. He shamed them and embarrassed them. No, they're all like, we're good. We're happy, you know, and that pisses him off so much because he lives to shame these types of women.
Mm-hmm.
And,
All right, so we're almost there. It's only a few more seconds.
All right, more
That being
chats.
said, more chats, and then we're out of here.
Yeah, ladies, let's go.
You know what? You know what? No, man. Yo, get the fuck off the panel, man. All three of y'all, get the fuck out of here. The old chicks.
All of
Fuck
us?
out of here. Yeah. Y'all are laughing, snickering, blah,
No,
blah, blah.
I'm not laughing at all.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
triggered
I'm
baby.
dead. Get out of here.
What a baby. What a baby. He's
Isn't that
such
shocking?
a loser. You know, I've actually never watched this show. Like, I've meant to watch this show for as long as people have been talking about it. I've never actually watched any of it. This is my first time. And it's basically whatever podcast in the dark. And this guy is so obnoxious.
Right?
He's like, I didn't get my way. Leave.
And mind you, this is like the end of the show. Like, there's only like 10 minutes left to the whole show.
Because they made him that he didn't feel as powerful as he wanted to. So his only move for him to feel powerful before this is over is to throw them off the show with 2 minutes left. Wow.
Oh, and you don't know how right you are on that statement. There's a little bit more here that we get to watch.
Oh, shit.
Get out of here.
Okay.
All right.
I was quiet the whole time.
All right, ladies.
Talking shit about your girl or nothing. So.
Y'all can talk shit about me. I can talk about shit about my.
And really quick, the Christy and the girl next to her did not talk pretty much that whole time. Once he said "shut the F up," Christy didn't say a freaking word. She just sat there, smiled, looked pretty. That's all she did. You know, she's a freaking ray of sunshine. You know, like, it's unbelievable. And he just flips out like that. So okay, so he's picking them out now.
I was not talking about you at all. I feel like I was
Just get out of here.
agreeing
Get
with
the fuck out of
what
here.
you said.
Bye.
Fucking old host sucker shit, man. Get the fuck out of here.
And she's still laughing at her. Christy, as she's going out, is laughing at him.
No. Hey, goodbye. No. Hey, goodbye.
Thank you for having us.
All right, get the fuck out of here, man.
Oh my god.
This bitches are fucking ridiculous, bro.
I'm not saying anything.
You booked them. You told them to come on your show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And mind you, I guarantee you all three of those women, for the amount of work they do in a day, probably make double what he's making from this podcast. I wouldn't be surprised, and what they do for a living are just absolutely destroying him financially.
And yeah, Christy is unflappable. Her parents did a great job with her because she has so much confidence. She's so comfortable in her own skin. She's unshameable, which he can't stand.
And I'm sure if she heard this, she is the epitome of MAGA.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she's just like confident in herself, comfortable. You're not going to change her mind. She knows what she knows. She has figured it out. And when she explains it, she makes more sense than any of these. I'm going to call the Fresh and Fit guys, they are left-wingers to me. The MGTOW people are the equivalent of just the brain-jumping left-wingers that just make no sense. All right, so they kick them out.
Rumble's going crazy right now.
Nah, man, like, yo, it's just like, bruh. Quick, just take your shoes, put them on outside.
God damn.
Nah, man, it's just like, yo, like, it's very obvious no one's ever told any of them to shut the fuck up before. It's wild. Like, hey, man.
Listen,
yo,
I didn't David told them the truth. Didn't like it, so. But wish them the best.
Look, man, we listened to their delusional comments the whole time. Quiet, whatever. It is what it is.
I mean, we let them talk, though.
We want to be with the girls who don't talk now. That's going to be so much easier for us.
Dang it. You saw what I was setting up and you called it out beforehand. Chrissy, you got a skill for this. How did you know? So, yeah, they're kicked out, and now watch what happens. This was my finale that Chrissy spoiled.
Yes, it's going to be boring.
No, this is going to be, to me, I found this part very interesting. So he just kicked out girls he couldn't win. Girls that wouldn't give in, and this is really the last portion here.
Jay Odin says, shout to the Black Queen. Shout to you.
And,
so peaceful and nice.
Thank you.
1 second, Fresh.
What?
Yeah, peaceful and nice because she didn't talk pretty much the whole episode.
Oh. Alex Twist. Tell her to look at the cam and say her name, and then say 30 to 40 bodies ain't so bad.
What?
I thought that was one of the girls here.
Yeah, I'm the one who's
Okay, so this girl, I wanted to wait for that to come in. This girl, earlier in the show, they were talking about body count. She's like, 30 to 40 bodies ain't bad. So now they're bringing it back to her because they're going through their super
30 to 40
chats.
bodies was bad. Or not bad. It was like,
Okay.
I was the one that was saying that was like the limit. Like
The average?
Yeah. But what does that mean? Can you?
Do you actually believe that the 30, 40 isn't that bad?
Yeah, because like I know I have friends who have that many, and I just like heard.
Do you have 30, 40?
No, I have lower.
Why don't you have 30, 40? If it's not that bad.
Because I don't wanna. I don't know.
Why don't you want to? It's not that bad.
Because I don't know. Like I just like I don't talk to men at the moment. So like I have like I'm in my own thing right now. Like I don't talk to men. I haven't talked to men for like I'm not even a text.
Who do you talk to?
Women. Yeah, my friends, my family, teachers. Like
No, but I'm asking you, why don't you go around and fuck a bunch of guys? Why not? It's not that bad.
I mean, it's not.
Ew,
I
what
mean,
is
like it
this
depends. Like if it's like
Why? Why is he doing this line of questioning with her? What a douchebag. He just shamed these other women for like he's so insincere. He's trying to like
Right.
gaslight her. It's so unnecessary what he's doing. He's such a shitty interviewer.
Oh, and you'll see why. Oh, by the way, this girl's a bodybuilder. Like she could lift, I think she said earlier, like 170 something pounds or something, like deadlift or something. So she's like a legitimate bodybuilder. She could probably lift him.
like you're doing like 5 guys a week. Like that's horrible.
You don't like 5 guys?
Huh?
You don't like 5 guys?
A week?
No, the restaurant.
That was at least fun.
Can I say something on sex drive? I think
No, because earlier, this is what I'm trying to get at here. This is what I say what I mean when I say like girls say one thing but do another. You know deep down in your heart that being a whore is unacceptable. You know that shit.
Yeah,
you know that it's going to affect your ability to find a man. You know that society's going to shun it. You know your parents would be embarrassed. You know being a whore isn't going to be productive. But I find it funny.
You don't want to say it.
That you didn't want to say shit when those other bitches were here and you were actually trying to enable their bad behavior. That's what I'm trying to talk about. Why do you care? Why does it affect anything? You know it affects your ability to find a man being a slut.
What was that?
Now he's shaming these what he loved about these women earlier, that they were so quiet, he's now shaming them for. He's like, why didn't you shit on the women like I was shitting on? Ugh, he sucks.
But think about it more. Why do you think he's doing what he's doing right now?
I don't know. Small PP energy. He's trying to get that vein in his head to go back down. I don't know.
Do you think it's because
he needs to know that he's right, and he didn't get his jollies off, so he needs a lot of validation.
Yep, that's what we're
But
getting.
you want to sit there and enable instead of saying, you know what?
Okay,
being
but,
promiscuous is a bad move.
But
your
that's-
own actions, right? Your own behaviors keep you from being promiscuous.
Why is he cutting her off?
Why? Because you know deep down being a whore is going to fuck up your bottom line with finding a man. But you're sitting here enabling those whores to be whores.
Okay, but that's what I was saying. Like where
He just wants to yell at women. He fucking hates women. This guy hates women. I think
That's
he's
MGTOW.
closeted gay.
Mean guys treat whatever I said earlier. I thought it was apropos. But yeah,
remember how I
it's a little
said?
bit more.
Remember how I said I don't talk to any guys, and you're like, who do you talk to? Females. Like I talk to my friends. I talk to family. Whatever. I was like, girls have each other's backs. Like I had their backs. I hope they
But
have.
are you
my
really
backs.
having their backs if you're telling them to engage a behavior that's destructive, that's going to fuck them up long term?
You're not.
I mean,
She never told them that.
I was just all I was just saying. No, all I was just saying when I did speak, all I just said was like, they're fine. I don't think anyone really cares to find a man like that. Like they're doing good in life. It's not like they're
Well, you're
dead.
lying to them, though.
You're lying to them.
No, but they're doing fine. If they're happy, then they're happy.
They're not happy. They're not happy.
How do you know that though?
Because they want.
Well, first off, I know some. Well, I kind of know one personally, and it's like, okay, she's cool, but she wants a man. So it's like, she's not happy right now. But she's for the camera. Oh yeah, I'm doing better.
Which one of them? Like
I won't say who, but the
Doesn't matter.
point is that like they're not happy.
He won't say who because he's making it up. He's literally making it up. Christy is very happy. She's very content with her life. You know, she's not once said she was sad. I don't remember the other two girls saying that they were sad ever. Like, they're very content with their lives. They're doing very well, especially
Just because
financially.
you're looking for a man doesn't mean you are unhappy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah, am I lonely sometimes being single? Sure. But I'm very happy in my life and content with all the things I do. It's like, this is what they wanted, though. This girl has no pushback. See, like, she's got nothing against them. Whereas the other girls have contentness and happiness in their lives and resoluteness in their decisions. Whereas this girl, she's a little bit more reserved and she's not going to push back, really. She's also been there for like 2 hours. There's a little bit more here.
Happy. You're lying to them and telling them and encouraging bad behavior. You are. You're hurting
okay,
them.
well, I didn't know they weren't happy.
I mean,
they seemed happy.
If you were 30 plus years old,
See, she's not saying, well, we don't know if they're happy or not. She's like, I didn't know they weren't happy. That's acknowledging what he's saying and accepting what he's saying.
Yeah, I didn't know you were a mind reader and you could tell that they were all unhappy.
Yeah.
No man.
A few more seconds.
On OnlyFans. Would you be happy?
And they all want to quit OnlyFans.
I mean,
And they all want to quit too.
Yeah, they all want to quit.
I don't know if you caught that. I'm transitioning out. Oh,
Yeah.
I just started about
2 months.
2 months. Like,
They all want to quit. So if they was happy, why would they quit?
I don't know. Like I was just supporting my girls.
yeah, supporting the fuckery. This is why I am dead serious. Women need a man. Because women don't know what the fuck they're doing without one. On OnlyFans, being sluts, making themselves look like shit, following other females' advice, etc. Like, if those girls had strong fathers, who would have been like, "The fuck you doing?" I mean, sexualizing yourself on the internet, doing all this horse shit.
I don't like putting God in that picture because if you put God in there, I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah, man. See,
that's
But,
man. Almost.
I would also
Damn
like
near.
to say that
One other thing I want to say real
You
fast
have a point.
before you go to your thing. Like, I'm not telling women to not be on OnlyFans, to not do what the fuck they want to do.
And that's where the stream ends.
If
There's no-
my options are this guy, or I would be the biggest lesbian in the world. I would be a Home Depot dyke to the 9th degree.
No.
If my options were top surgery or be with this man, I would get top surgery. I would Elliot Page myself. Like, that's how disgusting and repulsive I find him.
I can't imagine. Like, I truly can't imagine, like, girls wanting to date him other than girls that just want money. Like, that's the only thing about him.
The girls that like him have below sea level self-esteem.
See, I don't think
And
that's
they're
what it
probably
is.
very superficial and want his money, and
That's what it is.
I do think he has hair plugs. Thank you for saying it. I wasn't sure because I was like, that hairline is very severe.
Maybe. I mean, it is getting light in the back there. I remember when that happened to me.
I used to think Fresh and Fit was meal delivery service.
Yeah, it's such a, he's disgusting. He's
Yeah.
repulsive. And look at his cup. It's the Punisher.
Oh my god! Just to let everyone know, he's so tough.
Yeah. He's the least tough guy. He's the guy that manly men beat up because he's the type of guy who would hit the girl he's with.
Ugh.
You know? Like, I could totally see him doing that. Like,
Oh,
actually
he was
hitting
about
the
to
girl.
hit half the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's how he is on camera.
Yeah,
he
he's very
knows he's on camera.
Yep.
You know? Imagine when that camera's off, that rage.
Yeah.
Like, and this is what the MGTOW. Oh, he's former FBI.
Look at this woman's body language. She is like physically repulsed by him. She leans any more over to her left, she's gonna fall over.
Yeah, it's really, that's why, like, that's why we've spent so much time on this, because this was so shocking. Yeah. Like, so unbelievably shocking. But yeah, it, like you said, you spot on. It's whatever. This is whatever podcast. This is MGTOW. This is what MGTOW is. Like, plain and simple. These are the MGTOW guys, and I very much so worry about society with more of these guys propagating. It's not going to be good.
Also, like, why would you take advice from someone who's not happy? Like, period. He's just trying way too hard. Everything about him says try hard. I'm gonna blow through a couple of these soups.
Yeah.
Isabella Courtney played the guitar sometime. Oh my goodness, she's gone, but next time we will. He's MGTOW. Yes, still funny.
Oh, you said it.
Still relevant. A young Beijing. Men face some issues with having healthy children at an older age too, but adverse effects don't really show until later generations, i.e. grandkids. Oh, I didn't know about that. Thank you for the Asian wisdom.
Wow.
Good night, Mr. What does Milady think?
I think he was talking about Courtney.
Oh, Courtney. Isabella, Chrissy, you speak the truth. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Stinky face. Literally none of those women are attractive. Okay, you can.
That's
think
fine. Him and his Rikishi butt in that picture. I'm pretty certain that was Rikishi's butt. He was a wrestler that was a very fat Hawaiian guy, and he used to do the stink face. He'd get you he'd knock you down to the ground in the corner of the ring, and then put his butt in your face and move it
Wow,
around.
that sounds horrible. MK Solid, men who go out in flip flops. Yeah, they have flip flop energy. And Courtney, sorry guys, my battery died and the charger I was using wasn't working. Oh my god, no, it's okay. Thank you for coming on. I think we are winding this down unless you have a clip.
I mean, I have like the whatever podcast with Gigi, but it's like they're all.
Let's
long
do that
moments.
next time.
Yeah,
That's our
we'll do
whole
that next
show.
time. Maybe we won't FNT start the next time.
No, it was good. We had a little pre-chat.
I thought it was fun.
Fealty, what's coming up this week for you? Any
Uh,
closing thoughts?
The whatever podcast next week. Other than that, I dislike MGTOW, and I will continue my plan on pointing out how evil they are over the coming weeks on this show, because they're making it so easy to prove, especially by telling girls to shut the F up because they can't make one salient point to really knock back any of the salient points coming from girls that they so love to look down on. And other than that, on my Twitter, if you want, help share the video that got me banned off of Twitter, so that hopefully I can get banned again and hopefully find out why I was banned in the first place. Because I'd really love to find out what rule I broke so that we could know. And if I can keep on reposting it and have it survive, I'm going to email Twitter support with the proof that I've been reposting it like every day and there's been no problem. So, but I hope people like the video,
Yeah. All right, cool. Tomorrow morning I'm going to be on Legal Vice's show, actually, I think at 8 a.m., bright and early. And then FNT at 4 p.m. Eastern on Nerdrotics channel.
Is Bronca going to be on with Legal Vices?
Then I'm doing a Twitter space. I have no idea. Does he usually collab with him?
I have no clue, but I mean,
That'll
they're
be
in the
spicy if he
lawyer
did.
circles.
And then Saturday at 7 o'clock, I'll be on a Twitter space with Josie, the redheaded libertarian. So that'll be fun. And then on Sunday, we got Simcast, 9 p.m. Eastern with X-Ray Girl, Daisy Cousins, Wicked Virtue, Critical Drinker, and Mary Morgan. So it's going to be a packed house full of fabulous guests. So tune
and
in
she
for
did
that.
whatever, too.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And Wet Spot on Monday, we got Kate Meany coming in to talk about, she works at the Comic Strip Live. She was there for that crazy Gays Against Groomers protest situation. So she's going to be giving us the lowdown on Monday. So tune into Compound Media for that.
Maybe she get Mike Harlow on, too.
That's a great idea. Thank you, Fealty.
I get them
Thank
from
you, chat.
once in a while.
You guys are the best. And we'll see you next time. Bye.